Hell yeah.
Hell
Right.
yeah.
Feels like a sleepy day.
Dude, I think we all just woke up.
I'm caffeinated, but I'm just kind of vibrating. Like that's the only effect it really had.
That's good.
I'm full on method acting tired Nika this week.
Okay, I believe it.
Meanwhile, I'm having a very rough time because I'm playing Trouble, but I'm Nap Daarka. The two are mutually exclusive.
Okay, who's recapping?
Oh boy.
No, it's
One
fine.
at a time, everyone.
Shit. I actually don't super fucking remember everything that happened last session. Or, like, even where we started. Where do we start?
All I want to say is the first line in my notes for last week, which I think really hits hard right now, is we are really tired, so we fucking rest. And honestly,
Mood.
Still the same.
Abby, help.
Trouble met with a fey fox named Mulberry.
Right.
Yes. That's a good start.
Honestly, my notes were super short last week, so I have that Trouble met with a fey fox named Mulberry. Zaleman had not had the nightmare, and he's also pissed at us, and they don't want to talk, which is great.
So we talk to them.
Yes.
Because we respect boundaries.
And then Bronwyn,
yes. Bronwyn, yeah.
Who it says room 104 with Naxi. So I don't know if they're roommates or they were just in the room together.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Yeah, they were roommates, yes.
Okay. They talked to me about astronomy, and they mentioned the 5 moons lining up, which is called blank. I left that space blank to fill in when I remember.
I think I put that in the chat, didn't I?
I'll
pull that in again if it didn't. I sworn I put that in the chat. Keep going, I'll put that in. It's Clyatier's Paramount, but it's spelled stupidly because of it.
And then, it was something Paramount? Shit, see, my brain already forgot.
It's in chat now.
Yes, just keep going.
Yeah, that's a word.
Okay.
And then, which is during the same time as the Sun Goddess Festival, which could be really bad because, like, I don't know, conflicting energies or something.
Bad vibes.
And then, Nika didn't sleep, but ran drills with the scimitar, and then, like, a whole scene with Lakar and that, which was really nice, but I have no notes about it. And then dinner with Suisse, which got so tense that I just stopped writing notes after that.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there was a lot of negotiating of putting things into 25 words, which is very difficult, especially on the spot. Anytime anyone ever makes fun of Laura Bailey for doing that, I feel her in my soul.
No, I fully support Laura Bailey.
Who doesn't?
Sebastian had told you earlier, like, the Duke's not there, don't bother, so that's why you guys were kind of just fucking around. Yeah, you went to the restaurant, blah, blah, blah. Zui's upped the gold offering. I should probably go back and remember exactly what I had said for the amount, but you all got, after you came to an agreement, you all got 250 gold, or 25 platinum, actually. And, Lumen, Trouble, and Tickle all got the, rings, which are now called, fuck, what did I change them to? Operative rings. And they got a little bonus to their shit. But sorry, we're jumping all over the place, but the reason that that Lakar, decided to take the deal, as it were, is because he realized, he hadn't heard from one of his wives, Effulgence, and she's the one who's like loves to message, always runs out of the the character limit, so he contacted his other wives. They're all trying not to freak out, but understand that something is a little amiss, and especially because Louise did say, like, hey, you and your family are being threatened, like, that's trying to help here. So that was the whole thing. So then we kind of halfway moved into the mini time skip, which we're actually going to tackle this session, but now remind me, because yeah, Nika, the scene we ended with was just Nika like training again with the car, right?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I shoehorned in a scene before we were ready. But like on day 2 of the 3-day time skip, I think Nika and Lakar had a scene. But I think Lumen wanted to have a scene with Nika before then.
Yes. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to go through each day, obviously quickly, but I am just gonna, top of each day, I'm gonna give a general just like overview of something ongoing, and then I'm gonna go through each of you quickly. You can talk about shopping, you can do an RP with someone else, you can do whatever. Don't like feel rushed in any way, but don't like lay out your day, if that makes sense. Like, just kind of give me an overview, and if you have a scene or two you want to do, you'll absolutely feel free to do that. So, day 1, the 24th. Overall, what you get from this day is that the news of Harad's death has actually gotten to the general public after an official proclamation from the head of City Watch. And a memorial service and procession is announced for Foggy Day, which is 3 days from now. And the City Watch guards start to wear like black armbands. And this announcement makes you think, you never heard anything about, you know, those 4 guards that you fought and subsequently killed with Sebastian literally less than a week ago, so that's just something that kind of piques your mind. And we are going to start with Lumen, because Lumen, just in the back of your mind, you just can't stop thinking about the Alep, whatever the fuck it is. I think it's Alep. The thing you fought in the graveyard, the ghosty boy. You just can't stop thinking about it. It's not an obsession. It's just kind of like a little itch. A little itch in the back of your head, and you're like, what the fuck was that? And especially talking to Zaleman, you're like, well, if that wasn't it, like, if it, like, I mean, I guess they could be lying, but whatever. It doesn't seem like it. I don't know. It just seems to be bothering you, and you also dreamed about the encounter last night, but it was literally just, like, reliving it. Like, nothing weird happened. It's just kind of ruminating. What would you like to do?
Apparently exists in constant suffering.
God, mood.
Well,
please, we're playing a fantasy game.
Day 1, if she has that dream, I think she would nervously get up, and she doesn't really want to bother people, and she would go out to do some of her simple shopping, which is essentially going to, I don't know if thrift stores exist to, like, just buy.
They do, baby.
Cool. So she's gonna buy a whole bag of clothes. And
yeah, there's actually, in the neighborhood you're in, there's a store called Affordable Outfitters, which sounds like a real store.
God.
And it's just a secondhand clothes shop. You can get a fucking bag of clothes for 7 silver. So knock that off.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, so she's gonna buy those clothes for 7 silver, and she's gonna come back, and she's gonna fucking hide them under her bed, and then she's going to very much like a fucking just mow through those clothes, munch, to try and salvage the sheets and the other normal things in the rest of the room.
Can I ask, when is she, like, doing this covert operation?
It's like in just the middle.
Yeah, just sometime during the day. Yeah.
Would Trouble notice this?
You can roll a perception check. Yeah.
21.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, Trouble's not
Depends
gonna
on
do
him.
anything. She's just gonna stare directly at her as all this happens and like not break eye contact. That's all.
And Lumen's just gonna nervously make eye contact, shove a fistful of fabric in her mouth, and then like hide under the covers briefly until the shirt she's munching on is finished, and then come out like, oh, that was a nice nap. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
And besides that, let's see, day 1. You know, I think it could make sense. Like, we can have the Lakar and the Nika scene day 2, and she would have her scene maybe start of day 3. Who knows?
Okay. All right, so we'll get to that.
So that would work out.
So
Yeah.
Nika might not still be in her bullshit on day 3. I think Lakar may have shaken her out of it.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Okay, so do you want to do that now?
Well, the thing is, I think this awful nightmare thing has rattled her enough that it's hard to pay much attention to other people right now. So I think
I like the idea of her
works.
doing it like delayed once she's actually good.
Yeah, like she comes out and then she's like, "Oh, it's fine now. Okay, that's good." And we don't have to. It makes sense with the awful lore that Abby just dropped. So thanks for that, Abby.
No problem.
Oh my god.
I'm blanking. Oh, and then she's just knitting. She's just knitting the rest of the day.
All right, no problem. Yeah, and I'm gonna rely on you guys to tell me when your part's done. Like, I'm gonna need you to be like,
Yeah,
and that's it.
I think that's day 1. Yeah.
Okay. All right, we are gonna go to Trouble.
Trouble is, she wants to find the spell component-y stuff to transcribe her spell scroll into her bookie book.
Yeah, sure does. Let's go up there. Yeah, absolutely. So for transcribing the spells, just roll me a quick investigation check just to see how easy you're able to find a place to get all this.
Investigation. Oh wow, that went on a journey. 15?
Yeah, perfect. You can, there's for just the spell stuff, you have, the closest would probably be, Combs of Plenty, which is in the next neighborhood over in Brightleaf Bazaar. And so, or Bazaar, or whatever, I don't fucking know. I don't know anything.
Same.
Yeah, that's definitely the closest. So yeah, if she wants to go in there, she can easily find. That's just, it's mainly like it's a bookstore, but it has also like it's stationary, I suppose. So
yeah, whatever she needs to buy. Remind me what the gold value is.
It's gonna be 150 for
150 gold.
Third level times 50. So
15 platinum.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do math. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna deduct that because she's gonna buy that. And then that's her hyperfixation. She just wants to spend her time transcribing that. And how many hours is that going to take her?
That's 6 hours.
Cool. Time to roll.
All right.
Here I go. Hang on. I'm indecisive about which die to use. It doesn't matter. Okay. I say, knowing full well that it does matter. Oh, it mattered. Oops.
Oh no.
Sorry, let me refresh my own memory on something. Wisdom saving throw. Okay, so at disadvantage, that is an 11, which means I'm able to perform the task. The outcome of the roll determines how quickly you're able to make progress on it. And
What was the roll?
11, and since that result is 10 to 19, not too hot.
Trouble. Every day, like everything's fine. She gets it done, but it takes the whole day.
Okay.
The whole day.
She will not eat, not sleep, not nap, not do anything else. She is transcribing this shit if it kills her, and anyone who bothers her gets bit.
Okay. And also to make sure that the scroll is copied correctly, you do have to make an Arcana check. DC
Cool.
13.
Was making it so complicated. I do this to myself. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a natural 3 with my Arcana plus 7 is a 10. Yikes. Is it all gone?
You know, I'm genuinely, I'm not, like, this is a stupid fucking rule. If you're
Okay.
spending the time and the money, no, you're not gonna, I'm not gonna fucking destroy that scroll. That's stupid as
Okay.
shit. That's a DM ruling. But it also, I'll say it takes you into the night also.
Sure, I'm fine with that. She's no
Yeah.
lifing it.
Yeah. That's a stupid fucking rule. I don't like that one bit.
It is. I appreciate your mercy.
Yeah.
You're a very
No
kind
problem.
person.
That's so stupid. Alright. Well, that's probably Trouble's Day, I'm assuming.
That's Trouble's day and night, and no one
Yes,
can
yeah.
change that no matter what they do or say.
Alrighty. So we are going to go to Nika.
It's pretty straightforward. She's hasn't slept and she's out back and she's practicing.
Alright. Alright. So yeah, that's her day, I can imagine. Yeah, she's pretty fixated on that. Okay. So we can go to Lakar.
Other than reaching out to his wives and trying to figure out what's going on, he'd be doing a lot of training too, just not just resting, but also making sure he's eating, making sure he's like building back up the muscle that he lost during his imprisonment.
Alright, yeah, so just like super quick overview for everyone else, because this was done mostly between us. Lakar is just messaging his wives, just communicating what's going on there. Anahita is heading to where Fulgence said she was last. And meanwhile, he's going to the docks, he's going to get some fish, then he's going to the Temple of Devereaux to make an offering and basically just pray and be like, hope all's good! And unless anyone else has anything else, we're going to move to day 2. Alright. Day 2. Lumen! You dreamed of the graveyard encounter again, but this time it was like weirdly intercut with the dream you had had that night. Like, it's like, oh, 1 second you're fighting in the graveyard, spells, swords, things like that, and then fucking you're in the room and you're flying up to the ceiling and you feel that there's a barrier there. Then you're back in the graveyard and there's howling and screeching and back and forth and back and forth. And you wake as you wake up and go throughout your day, just in the back of your mind, it's just like it kind of gets into just a rhythm and you don't even really notice, but just the words gem, torment, trapped, going through your head on a constant loop. You can't shake it. And yeah, what would you like to do?
Jump out the window, I guess. Lumen is going to wake up and she's going to reach under the bed and take a couple of socks and stuff them in her mouth, and she's going to start knitting as people start going about their day. And then after about a couple hours of that, she's going to look at what she was knitting. She's going to notice that she unconsciously knit the words gem trapped in torment. Yeah, I was double checking the words gem trapped in torment into like the design she was trying to knit.
Oh, I love it.
And she like looks so sadly. She like holds it up and she just like sighs like, all right, this is done awful. Trouble.
Hi.
Are you? Hi, sweetheart. Remember those scary dreams we had the past couple of nights?
Trouble half nods and then stops because, correct me if I'm wrong, Abby, Trouble's not had any the past couple nights.
No, it was just the one time. I mean, Trouble's probably had dreams, but you're pretty sure Lumen's referring to that one specific dream.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
Trouble just kind of, she starts to nod, then she stops, and then she goes, the past couple nights, and then she shakes her head.
I love how you just
Thank you.
mimicked the voice. That was wonderful. That was so good. Lumen's like, oh, okay. Did you only have that awful dream once?
She nods.
Alright. Well, it seems I'm in a dun pickle and I don't know how to get out of it.
Bit of the situation. She raises her voice, hoping for an adult.
Yeah. Yeah, are the adults both outside training?
Yeah, probably.
Lumen's one of the adults.
Yeah, I was about to say, y'all don't know her age. She's a little, but she's dangling an adult. Lumen's like, alright, okay, well, Trouble, I think we gotta go find the others because, I'm done plumb, worked myself up, I think, and I think I'm just a little stressed, and I think talking about problems is good, though sometimes I struggle with it. So, do you want to come help me find the others?
Trouble just bounces up from, I'm assuming she's having a much more lax day than grinding homework. So
Oh, yeah.
she's in unflappable spirits, and she bounces up and she reaches out and with some confusion finds a hand of Lumen's to grab and then goes outside. She's indiscriminate, any hand.
Oh, wonderful. 2 hands. You get 2 hands on the right side.
Cool, she'll take it.
So Lumen will go out and find the others. I don't know if y'all are training together or just training.
Did we establish that, Matt? I know he helped her train some of the time, but I wasn't sure when exactly that was.
This would probably be early-ish in the morning, so if that factors in.
I think that's up to you. I was kind of picturing Nika training alone up until the car confronts her, but I'm not sure if that happens in the evening or in the morning.
That was going to be on, what, the 3rd day, I think we agreed?
I think that was today. I think it was on the 2nd day.
Okay.
So if you want, we could do that like right before Lumen and Nika or Trouble show up.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, we can switch back and forth if you want to. We can go to Nika and then kind of do what else.
All those things we said last session happen.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Love it.
This is where Daarka's gonna cut in the part from
Oh, don't put that on me, bitch. When these are done recording, I click stop recording and then I go upload them.
She's gonna put like a sound effect on it so she knows it's a flashback,
Oh, Christ.
but also not.
Oh, Christ.
She's not saying you're post-editing. She's saying you're going to recap and do the parts of both Lakar and Nico.
Yeah.
in real time for us.
Sure. Excuse me, 1 minute. Let me, Now, I want you to imagine this happening through crudely drawn stick figure representations of Nika
course.
and Lakar. Nika is swinging a sword around, and she goes, I'm fucking tired, but I'm a stubborn big baby. And Lakar goes, go take a fucking nap, stubborn big baby. And she goes, no, I need my binky. And Lakar's like, I'll give you a binky. And she's like, I'm not consenting to that. And he beats her up. And she goes, all right, fine, I'll go take a nap. That's what happened.
I think that's like verbatim what happened. I'm
Yeah.
kind of impressed.
Thank you. Mimicry I'm method acting.
Beautiful.
All right, so we can go back to Lumen, and you're coming in the aftermath of that. This was in the alley, I assume.
I think it was in like a
alley.
little clearing or something.
The field.
Yeah, I think there was like a small clearing behind the inn.
Yeah.
is what I was
Oh,
thinking.
yeah.
So Lumen walks out with Trouble, and they're holding hands, and
3 hands being held.
yeah, it's a beautiful sight. And they walk up to y'all, kind of chilling, having the aftermath of your talk and wind down or wherever y'all are at. And Lumen looks a little like her little antennae are like she's walking, and her antennae are a little like half down. They're not fully down, but they're not fully up. She's just like, I'm so sorry to disturb your trailing. Is it alright if I have a moment of your time?
Of course.
Bit of a situation.
What's going on?
Oh, well, I don't mean to burn the sun is sure beautiful today.
Trouble just repositions herself so her shadow is over Lumen's eyes so she can fucking concentrate.
Perfect. Literally what she needed. Oh, right. Thank you, Trouble dear. Where was I? So, remember that, I don't know if you remember, because I understand it wasn't super, life-threatening, but that terrible dream I had a couple nights ago?
Yes, I remember.
So, I'm somewhat, and I'm sure it's just because I'm stressed, kind of having it again, but it's like it starts with the cemetery, and I'm reliving that fight with that little Alipe or whatever, and then it intercuts with me being trapped in that awful little room with that awful little person, and it's been going on for a couple of nights, and I'm a little stressed about it.
Lakar looks like he's thinking. The player is also thinking. I wonder if that's something you can go to a temple and have them cleanse? Like if it...
That sounds like a great idea. Oh my goodness, that sounds like a great idea. You're right. I should go to the temple.
Are you going back to the one that we had a situation at, or are you thinking of a different temple?
Oh, no, the one for, fuck.
Roldra.
Oh, not that, but the moth one. The moth one. What's that one?
Zaleman?
Oh, you want it? You want to go back to...
No, I'm saying I wanted to say in character what that fucking, I'm trying to find it.
Fosette?
Yeah, Fosette. I thought you were talking about your god.
No, because Lakar just said like,
say
are
that
you
again.
going?
What was Lumen's
Yeah,
god?
so
I
that's the
missed
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Roldra.
So Lumen's like, oh no,
Faucet.
yeah, I'm not much. I'm not a worshiper of Faucet. No, sorry. They like moths, but just because I'm a moth doesn't mean I worship them. Though I perhaps understand how those wires got crossed. I in fact worship just a lovely little lady known as Krildra.
There's no recognition on Trouble's face.
Would Lakar have any idea where that particular temple would be in the city between going from that
Probably
to
not,
his
but
own?
Lumen does, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was in fact actually right outside where we had that dinner.
Would you like someone to accompany you?
I mean, if you guys want to see it, it's beautiful because it's all about art and beauty, and the windows look beautiful. It's gonna be very bright though. I have a feeling it's gonna be very bright, and I'm kind of excited.
Trouble bobs her head up and down like an excited parrot.
Alright, are we going to the temple? Most people, everyone?
Hell yeah.
In character, Nika says, I'll go.
Oh, fun.
Out of character, Nika has 2 levels of exhaustion.
Cool. I love it. This is the best time for a field trip.
So half movement.
Ooh. My alarm's going off. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna... Yeah, you might have to, like, casually stroll along with Nika, but that's not... You're just kind of walking normally. It's not like you're traveling, like, to another place. It's not gonna really affect anything.
We have horses. We can rent horses too.
We gave them back.
You would have to be... Yeah, you would have to be either getting the horses every day or renting them for an extended period of time.
So we actually don't have horses right now.
You do not.
We turned them back in like the slot in
But you can
Blockbuster.
get them. They're not gone forever. I'm just, you
No,
don't
I
have
think
them.
No,
we
they're
could-
gone
we could-
forever. They're incorporeal. They left.
Crafter's quarters isn't super far though.
That's true. I say we just take a lovely little stroll in the sunshine.
Trouble is already bouncing in that direction with Lumen's 2 hands hostage.
All right.
Careful that you don't break her arms.
It's okay. Trouble weighs like 3 pounds. She's not gonna beat Lumen in an arm wrestling contest.
Don't know.
Does Lumen have bones, or is she an exoskeleton?
That's a good question.
God.
I am
God, it
ruling
was
that Lumen has bones,
Okay.
but they're like bird bones.
Hard on the
shit.
outside, squishy on the inside.
Well, she's like 40 pounds.
And honestly, 40 pounds seems like a lot. For
Yeah,
her.
like Trouble might be
true.
40 pounds.
That's 40 pounds with like her clothes and her backpack.
She
And
weighs as much
sopping
as my
wet.
Shiba.
Oh my god. Okay, but Tavi's fat as shit.
He's not that fat. He's just a
Hey.
big boy.
Rude.
He has an hourglass figure.
He's got a great summer bod. I'm not slandering Tavi. I love him.
If the hourglass broke.
Oh no!
Hey!
Wow.
Come on.
I'm sorry, that was rude.
Tavi, defend
It's okay,
yourself.
Tavi. I'm here for you. He's
yeah,
not even looking
Lumen's-
at me. He's got his face buried in the couch.
Oh,
Oh, baby.
mood.
Baby. Lumen's very excited that y'all are going to the temple. She's like a little like skipping ahead and then fluttering back and kind of coming around and back. She's like, "Oh, you guys, it is. I'm sure it's beautiful." And Krillja, she is just the lovely divine lady, of just song and dance and painting and inspiration and creativity. She finds good in everything and beauty in everything. And I'm sure.
So what does she do?
Finds beauty in
Well-
everything.
That's right. She makes life better for everyone else.
But what does she do?
Now, I'm not much of a preacher myself.
Oh god.
But it's sort of like the world is filled with. It's hard to say, but have you ever looked at something and just felt this indescribable appreciation for just, not to say how it's made, but just how it exists in the world? Perhaps it's a sunrise, or it's a piece of weaponry, or someone you know. And that indescribable feeling, she's sort of the one that, in my opinion, makes it happen. She makes us appreciate it. And through her, life is just a wonderful, better place for everyone involved. Because otherwise it'd be a very dreary existence.
Nika is staring blankly. She wants to know what she does.
Nika would know that Krildra is the sister of Trigar, but just from where she's from, that would be the end of her knowledge.
And
like
who's Trigar
sister
again?
of- the god of like crafting and like labor and like artisans. The more technical side of what Krildra does.
Okay, well that answers what Trigar does.
Yeah. All right, so we are going to the temple. Yeah, it's not a super long walk. You get there, and you start. For everyone else, you kind of just start heading towards like the restaurant you went to, but instead you go across the street to this kind of. I mean, it's a beautiful building, but it's. I mean, most of the temples are like super tall, and this is just like a one-story white stone building. And I suppose the taller folks can see that like it's open in the middle, like it's one of those buildings that's. I'm really great at describing
Atrium?
architecture. Yes, thank you. Atrium just kind of open in the center, and yeah, you can head right in. On the door, a symbol is emblazoned in like this iridescent paint of a paintbrush that's dripping rainbow ink, which forms into a music note.
I'm sorry,
And oh yeah,
I might be stupid, but can someone describe to me what an atrium is?
Yeah, it's like a courtyard, kind of. It's like a big, like, center of a building where it's all like, oh, we decided to put, like, plants and shit here, and, like, a big tree and shit.
Yeah,
Like-
the building kind of only goes around in a square, but doesn't have a middle.
Okay, got it. Alright.
It's the donut hole.
Yeah, it's a square donut, actually, is the perfect way to put it.
A
Yeah,
lot
the
of malls
roof
have
is
one.
flat, and it's lined with easels, and you can see all kinds of people just painting, some people dancing on the roof. And you step inside, and you can see the first thing you notice is that the floors are made out of like rainbow obsidian, so they're really iridescent, really beautiful. It is very like art gallery-esque, kind of very open and airy. The facing into the courtyard, like it's just like floor to ceiling windows, so you can see like everything there, and the set of walls that's behind you seem to maybe have once been blank and like just completely white, but now they're just completely covered in like doodles and drawings, just kind of everywhere. But one wall is very specifically like mural with a rainbow in the center, and at one end there's a tiny golden-skinned Lightfoot halfling woman with long rainbow hair, opalescent eyes, and a bright smile, wearing paint-splattered orange robes, woven sandals, and handmade jewelry, and she's kind of strumming a harp. And at the other end is a beautiful winged creature with the upper half of a nude humanoid woman with brightly colored feathers in place of hair, and the lower half of an iridescent scaled serpent, wearing like jewelry and body paint. And all the people walking around are wearing like orange and pink and white, and just have like very glittery, very lots of like handmade jewelry, body paint. Like people are just kind of sitting in the corner, like drawing. Some people are just dancing, playing instruments. There's a lot of different music coming from everywhere, but somehow it all works. Like they're definitely not playing the same thing, but it works. And you can hear the chirping of songbirds kind of all around you, but you did see also, forgot to mention, an aviary, like a partially open aviary on the roof as well. What are you gonna do, Lumen?
Well, first of all, how bright is it in here?
It is it's like you're outside.
Yeah, so pretty bright. She is all well, I guess her free hands are like on her little fuzzy cheek, just being like, oh my goodness, it's more beautiful than I ever could have imagined. And she's going to approach what would be the closest like priestess, perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely you can see like everyone's wearing. Some people are wearing just like commoners' clothes, random things, but some people are wearing more of a sort of uniform of like a kind of pink and orange smock, and a lot of jewelry and kind of beads and stuff. It's a looks to be maybe a sun elf woman, very tan skin, golden hair, and she turns to you and gives you a big smile and says, "Hello, how can I help you?"
Hi there. Well, this is a lovely place you have here. I was wondering if you, being a follower of Quiltra and I myself being one, if perhaps you had any way of cleansing. I've been having some absolutely awful dreams that I believe may be lingering from a bad encounter with the undead.
Oh dear. Oh dear. She puts a hand to her chest and kind of does it like a dramatic half step back. Oh my goodness, absolutely I can do that for you, my dear. Absolutely. But just
please, it's okay. Lower your heart pressure, dear.
Well, absolutely I can help you out with that, but do just remember, Mistress, she's allowing you to have such dreams. She wants you to probably take inspiration from them, yes? But if it's prolonged and it's causing you distress, that is something that needs to be removed, and it's probably unnatural in some way. So if you would follow me to the courtyard, I can gather a few priestesses, and we can begin a cleansing ritual.
Oh, how lovely. Yes, I do admit, perhaps the inspiration was there, but I must admit the impact it had on my work was quite horrendously ugly, in my opinion.
Well, beauty is subjective.
That is true. That is true. I'll keep that in mind.
Yes. But, of course, if it is not beautiful to you, as the creator, then it's not going to be read as beautiful to the people consuming it. So, let us head and you get it and escorts you through. It's just like lush green grass, a massive bandstand in the center, more people playing instruments, singing, a few smaller stages where people are dancing and performing, more easels. And the whole thing is surrounded by elaborately shaped hedges in beautiful gardens of Rhoda's sacred flowers, acanthus and marigolds. And there are a few of the outer sides of the windows have like multicolored mosaics. And the priestess escorts you up onto one of the smaller stages and kind of scurries off to go collect some other people who are dressed similar to her. And after a few minutes, she comes back with six seemingly just people who, acolytes, priests, maybe, all dressed very similarly, have the holy symbol around their neck, and each of them are holding a different instrument. Harps, flutes, fucking lyres, violins, things like that, and they position you in the very center of the stage, and they just step off the bandstand and they start just kind of circling the stage, playing a song, and it's a beautiful song, but they just keep playing the song. And I'm sure Lumen's probably loving it, but everyone else is just like, okay. This is the song.
Trouble's climbing the fucking walls like she's bored of this like 10 minutes ago.
Trouble, honestly, she can definitely be bored of that, but she can probably find something else to occupy her very easily.
I'm sure, but like she's, whatever it is, she's finding it because it ain't this.
Yeah, I would say she probably finds like just a fucking canvas and a bunch of really bright paints and can just go ham on that.
The stick figures are becoming real.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, sure.
I want to know what these people do.
They bang drums, Matt.
Natural 1.
They bang drums, Matt.
You don't know a lot about religion, but like it's kind of what they're doing right now. Like from what Krildra does, you still don't know. But from what these people are doing right now, it looks like it could be like a weird curse.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
No, I want to clarify this question from Nika's point of view. Is she wants to know like what is the practical value that they are providing?
Well, if for natural, from Nika's perspective with the natural one, just a lot of like just everything that Trigar holds dear in his literally he is the worker's god, like he is the laborer's god, he is the god of like making useful things. Like,
oh yeah, that's useful.
Everything you're getting, this is the absolute opposite. Like this is the creating things for no reason other than it's pretty, and just laying around all day and doing nothing.
Yeah, so she's standing with her arms crossed and like an eyebrow half cocked, waiting for something to happen.
After like 15 minutes,
Jesus, it's a
they
long
finally,
ass song.
It sure is. They put their instruments down and they surround Lumen and start. They each smear a different color of paint on her forehead. And the Sun Elf woman, she chants a prayer, and then they all disperse and it seems to be over. Except the Sun Elf, she kind of bows her head to you and she says, "Hope the colorful one continues to bring you blessing. It was lovely to meet you, my dear."
And may you find joy and muses in everything you see.
She beams and just does a grand gesture of like happiness and kind of dances away.
Out of character. Oh well, not definitely in character. Does Ludwig feel any different? Did they cast anything?
Yeah, they they I did not pull up exactly what they were doing, but yes, they did. They cast I had it thought it would be
A less restoration, greater restoration.
I think it would actually be remove curse.
Ooh.
Doing. Okay, yeah, definitely remove curse. But I don't know. The paladins know remove curse, so you're familiar with that, and like spells can be cast in all different ways. Like the way that it's laid out in like the fucking like the Dungeon Master's Guide, like that's just one way to do it. But you do know the spell doesn't need to be cast like that. It's just usually a touch. They were taking
a touch, one action,
appropriately artistic liberties with it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So she's.
right.
I would say though she feels good, but she doesn't feel different. It doesn't feel like.
Right. Yeah. I see. Yeah. Well, she just kind of nods her head. She's like, "All right. Well, that was certainly an event. I hope y'all enjoyed this spectacle. But hopefully we'll see tonight if I'm right as rain. And I should perhaps buy a few things to help me out as well."
Trouble has spent this time positioning herself with an easel so that she is looking at Nika, who is standing there pouting, and she is artistically recreating this image in crappy stick figure form. Big angry eyebrows. Just she doesn't know how to draw crossed arms, so they're just kind of like squiggles that are like all tangled up in themselves. There's big bags under her eyes.
Oh.
What did they do?
I believe they were trying to, in their own unique, special, and highfalutin way, remove a curse. Now, don't worry. If I ever have to remove a curse from one of y'all, I will keep the harps out of it.
Trouble, you're being like a couple of people, like maybe like a priest or two, but like just some people who seem like regular worshippers are like looking over your shoulder and just like, wow, I really see what you're doing. Yeah, like, you're getting a lot of like very like approving murmurs.
Trouble is feeling very self-important. She starts embellishing it with things that don't actually exist. So now Nika has a big bow on her head.
What I put into chat is canon. Nika's looking at the car like, what the fuck?
Bar meets Nika's expression and he just shrugs and shakes his head. He has the kind of patient, long-suffering dad look on his face where he's been dragged into these kind of things before and just knows to ride it out.
Well, if y'all don't want to paint anything or take it to go, they have simpler, like, kind of, you paint the little number areas, if that's easier for you, if you want to take one of those. But other than that, I think I'm good to go here.
Do they have those like black felt Lisa Frank marker things? Do you remember? Does anyone please tell me someone knows what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know what you're talking about,
scratch
yeah.
art?
Not the scratch art. It's like the shitty like black felt things where
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
You color in the white spaces and the rest of it is fuzzy.
yeah. And I don't know, because it's black felt, you feel important about what you made.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see this because we're in voice chat, but I'm smiling and nodding like I'm pretending to know what you're talking about.
That's very sweet of you. I'll clue you in on what it was like to grow up as a girl in the early 2000s later.
I had an easy bake oven.
Well, what you were missing was the fucking velvet posters.
They were good. But yeah, besides us stopping perhaps briefly on the way back to grab some spell components, that's it for me today. Unless anyone's gonna ask her about her religion or who she worships.
Trouble can't talk.
So... Nika's just looking at her, still waiting for an answer. What do they do?
So you're still one. Well, it's different for everyone. I must admit, everyone finds something different in the beauty of life, and I do understand that perhaps art and music and things aren't things you necessarily need to live. They're not as functional as a house or as filling as food. But it makes life bearable and it makes life beautiful, and I think that's something so priceless you can't put a value on it, especially for people like me. It helped me get through the worst times in my life, and I know if it weren't for Krildra, I wouldn't be here today.
Oh no, we lost Abby.
Abby!
Alright, everyone, the DM's gone. Loot the store for everything it's worth.
Ah, shit. DM's back. Put it all back. Put it all back.
No, it's too late. Nika already pocketed 10 healing potions while the DM was gone.
After, like,
They're the potions of poison.
right after Lumen makes this beautiful description of what art means to her in her life and how it's, like, saved her and how it's just, it makes life bearable and it saves people. Trouble just goes and hands Nika the drawing that she made of her.
Perfect.
With, like,
Can someone type out the names of those two gods for me, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Just like completely solemn, like she the way that Trouble is doing this, Trouble believes this is concurrent with everything Lumen just said. Anyways, have this drawing
what does
of
the
yourself.
drawing look like?
It's well, I will give you a visual soon enough, but it's basically scribbly toddler version, kind of like Trouble's silent image, exactly like Trouble's silent image, but it is a life portrait of Nika when she was standing watching these shenanigans, with her arms crossed and big angry eyebrows and just like very, very unflattering. But then she also, because people came and were spectating her painting this, she took a lot of liberties, and now Nika has like all these like weird accessories that she didn't before, and like you assume that's what they are. It's all kind of scribbles, but there you go.
Have you guys ever seen the tired dad expression of just like pinching your nose, the bridge of your nose, and shaking your head?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that. We're in a shop right now, right? Lumen said she wanted to buy some supplies.
Please.
Abby?
Oh my god, is she dead?
I miss her.
I loot the entire shop.
If the DM doesn't say anything about the price, that means it's free, right?
Abby, if you're allowing me to loot the entire shop without making a roll, say nothing.
Ooh.
All right.
Here we go. Nika's life of crime.
Didn't want to do this, but fucking, it's been forced on me.
Yep. Railroaded.
Really, as a player, I'm opposed to my lawful character looting this shop, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
When in Rome.
Desperate times. Times when the DM does not have an internet connection lead to desperate measures.
I do want to know, Nika being in a shop. I mean, Nika's one of the sort of people. Oh shit! Crashing.
Here she is.
Like Nika, what equipment do you have? Right, because you're like kind of like the wilderness traveling simple.
Dude,
mindset,
I was
right?
struggling so hard to figure out what Nika is shopping for, and the only thing I could come up with was healing potions.
Rope.
And rope. No, that's on my list. Trust me. No, like she's getting like fucking Shibari enthusiast amounts of rope.
I like how like 2 months ago I don't think you knew what that was, and I'm really glad to have changed your life in such a way that now you can make jokes like that.
It is all over my search history.
Good. Yeah. Okay.
Is Nika, because like Nika's part rogue, but like is she the rogue that like lockpicks shit or not?
Oh, Nika is a lawful rogue.
Yeah, we've actually had this talk. I think Trouble is the like the most I guess lockpick oriented, you know? Cause like Lumen has great decks, but she's not gonna steal from people.
Like, ideally, Nika isn't even proficient in Thieves' Tools or Thieves' Cant, because why would she be?
No, that makes complete sense. I actually do really love the idea of a lawful rogue, and I've never played with one before.
Yeah, no, she's just an honor-driven person who happens to make sneak attacks.
But honorably.
Do y'all remember, like, do we have the access to magic items here, you know?
The what?
Like, magic items. Could we have bought magic items?
I told Abby that I wanted Trouble to look at what kind of, like, enchanted shit was available during this break, so I'm assuming it's coming.
Same. I'm, like, keeping an eye out for any useful... Hello!
Hey!
There she is. Maybe?
Whoopsie!
We
There you
raided
go.
4 stores and there's nothing you can do about it.
It happens.
It's
really
weird.
does.
None of the shopkeepers tried to stop us.
Yeah, and all the guards
That's
died.
so... Oh my god! What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy.
If the DM's gone for more than 15 minutes, you get to leave early! Or whatever.
We don't want to leave.
Alright,
we want to
should be
rule
good.
this
Fucking
town.
knock on wood. Christ. Alright.
What was the question that we had for her before she died?
Oh, great.
I don't remember. I think it was Nicole's question.
We were in a store and we were just asking like, "Oh, can I buy my shit?"
No, Lumen was
store?
trying
What
to
did I
explain... Lumen was trying to describe what Maybelline God does, and Nika just, like...
Maybelline!
She got a tired expression and turned to the shopkeep and said, What do you have for sale?
Wait, when did we go to a store? I'm so sorry.
Lumen said we were in
now.
a store.
Well, like from the
You can
temple,
go to
we
a
could
store.
go shopping. Yes, if we could.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me... What's closest? You're looking for, like, your components now?
Yes, please.
Alright, so, yeah, next neighborhood over, not too far, you could go to Featherfall Emporium and get all kinds of goodies there. Components. Let me pull up the component list. Yeah, you were looking for, fuck, where was it? Powdered, so that holy water, and...
Powdered silver?
Powdered silver, yes. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you already have the amounts.
Also, I did some poking around because one of the amounts is 25 gold and the other one just says, oh, holy water or powdered silver, which the spell consumes, but it has no point value. And so I was doing Googling, like, how much money is that? People were like, it must be negligible for it to not have an amount associated to it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
From my understanding, it's either 25 gold worth of holy water or 25 gold worth of powdered silver.
Yeah, that
That's
does sound like it makes sense.
one of the spells, but I was looking at
Oh,
like
the other one doesn't have a gold amount for either of them. A protection from evil and good.
Yes, and I found if I googled it, it was like must be negligible. According
Yeah,
to
that means you just have to be like, yes, I'm getting this, but like you don't. There's no like gold cost. You could probably just fucking scoop up some holy water from the temple,
So-
honestly.
But evil and good doesn't do that. Evil and good does specify that it's 25 gold worth of the component which the spell consumes.
No, it doesn't. For
It does.
protection of evil and good, it just
Yes.
says holy water and powdered silver and iron.
And then it has a gold amount next to it.
It does not for protection from evil and good.
Yeah, not what I'm seeing.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like I have it up right now.
What are you referencing? Like what website?
Both
the
D&D
D&D
Beyond
5e
and 5e.
stuff.
Yeah. The first level spell. Are you looking at the spell evil and good?
Yeah, protection from evil and good. Holy water or powdered silver which the spell consumes.
Right, but there's no gold.
Yeah, but there's no
value
gold
associated
amount.
with it.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Just ignore me.
That's okay. I'm curious as to what the discrepancy
Yeah,
is.
I am
here.
No,
too, because
Yeah,
I
was
feel
doing
like, I mean,
research
there's
today.
definitely instances, but I don't, like, I can't really think off the top of my head any, spells that say
Like-
which it consumes without a gold amount.
It's like ceremony says 25 gold worth of powdered silver, and because of that, I was like literally googling stuff before, being like, how much money am I spending on like holy water and shit? And I found a forum that people are like, if it doesn't say an amount, though it consumes it, it must be negligible, and just like get it every once in a while, I suppose, but like should be very, very small each time.
Well, apparently there's a...
I was very confused by it though. Like I had to Google it, being like, how the fuck much is it? And people were like, nothing.
So this has come up in previous campaigns, and like, I see what you're saying right now, where I'm looking at it and it doesn't have a gold value attached to it, but I could have sworn when I looked this up 6 months ago, it did have a gold value attached to it.
Maybe they nerfed it.
What can I say? Inflation is whack.
I mean, Tasha's did change a bunch of shit.
Yeah, maybe.
That's true, yeah. Honestly, I will say I'm just, to make it easy across the board, for protection evil good, you don't need... I'm gonna go with you're using like a fucking sprinkle of it, like you don't need to buy any. But you will, occasionally be like, oh, I stock up on my fucking shit. But for ceremony, definitely you have to buy the
Cool.
powdered sugar.
Then
I
I'm
just said
just
the powdered sugar.
Oh no.
That's a different spell.
So I'll just grab, just like the 25 gold worth of powdered sugar, and then some more holy water. I guess maybe from the
You
temple.
just said the
Maybe
powdered
some
sugar
from the
too.
temple. Yeah, oh shit.
Lumi's just that kid who's like fishing the pennies out of the well.
So make sure you guys are keeping up with your money amounts, because I'm not keeping track of that.
Yes.
you-
Side
okay,
question about, I totally was wondering, so when it comes to buying potentially magic items, is that possible in the city?
Oh yes, it is, and I do have a list of things that I think all of you might be interested in, because I'm insane.
Ooh, I love
I'm
you so
gonna
much.
have anyone who would be like browsing this store, roll me an investigation check.
Oh boy.
Well, I am.
Oh fucking shit. Balls ass.
Uh-huh.
9 with my +6 modifier.
Alright.
9.
I got a 15.
I
Trouble's
got
too
a
short.
19.
Oh fuck it.
I got a 22, but I'm also saying I'm also looking for things that would also be interesting to other people.
Thank you.
Alright.
Trouble can see
So-
over the merchandise.
Trouble
Trouble.
9, Lakar 15,
Nika's
Lumen 22. What was Nika?
19, I think.
19.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Okay. The store has it's an emporium. It's a big boy. It has a lot of stuff. Trouble, you find, I mean, it's hard. I mean, you literally couldn't not find things when you're fucking in here, but the things you find are more like you're like, oh my gosh, what's this? Like you see this like purple iridescent cape that like looks like it's weaving illusions, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to have this. And you you know, I don't know if you look at the price tag. Do they have price tag? Sure. It's like 65,000 gold pieces. Like, oh, well,
just a little bit over my budget.
a little more than you would think. And so you kind of keep poking around, and you're like, okay, let's try to keep it in budget. And you find this little tiny, like it's like a little like pill-shaped mechanism, and you poke. It's made of brass, so you're just like, ooh, and you kind of poke it, and a pair of wings pops out, and it starts buzzing around your head. It's like a little like mechanical bee, and you're like, oh my gosh, how much is this? And it's 9,000 gold pieces.
Well, shit. Trouble's poor.
Is
I mean,
there a dollar menu?
Where's the kids' meals?
There for a 19. There's a dollar menu for Nika. Where did I put you? Yeah, Nika finds 2 things. No, she finds more than that, but the main thing, she finds 2 pairs of gloves that interest her. They are a bit expensive and out of her price range, but this seemed like, I mean, stores can go out of stock and restock, but she finds 2 pairs of gloves, 1 fingerless gloves, and I'm just assuming you guys are like asking what the fuck they are, so I don't have to just describe gloves to you and see if you want to buy them.
Trouble walks around the store and casts Identify on literally everything.
Yeah, the shopkeeper's like, yes, these are gloves of the grappler. These will, you have advantage on your grapple checks if you attempt to grapple, and when you move with a grappled creature, your speed's not halved. That's
how much?
3,500 gold pieces.
I have 250.
Do you take debit?
The shopkeeper's like, okay, but these are a little cheaper. They're rubber
what's your
lined. You
layaway
can't
program?
we don't have one. But we could arrange maybe a hold.
200 now, 3,300 later.
I could put them aside for a week or so, and then sell them if you don't come back.
We still have to drop off What's-His-Face's box.
What's the other item?
These are the gloves of sure grip. When you're wearing them, you're attuned to them, you can't be disarmed of anything you're holding, and the creatures you have grappled have disadvantage on any check made to escape.
Ooh, okay, hold on. How much are those?
And this is 2,300. Cheaper.
You're a bitch.
You can't edge him like that. He was just about to finish.
Oh, but I can. Oh man.
Where's the exact location of the store on this map?
Let me show you.
Nika's lawful, but she's never been tempted like this before.
Let's move to the map. I'll show you. Oh, hang on. I think I have to refresh Foundry. I haven't been on it since I crashed. Second. Activate. Early corner. Where are we? It's one of these. I can't be fucking arsed. Oh, look at that now, but it's over here.
Okay. Alright. Nika makes a mental note.
Alrighty. And for Lakar, we got in 2. Lakar, you find what's Lakar interested in? I feel like I know what everyone else would be interested in except for Lakar.
I mean, he's just kind of browsing. He's not much of one for material items or whatnot,
Yeah.
but
Do they have like a
I don't know,
boat
like
in the middle of the room?
Constitution, a ship
Oh
in
my
a
god, yeah, I
bottle.
forgot to mention. There's.
How about a shirt?
No.
A t-shirt that says Featherfall Emporium on it.
I heart big butts in parentheses, and I cannot lie.
He'd buy that, yeah. And then he'd promptly get smacked by all 3 of his wives.
If lost, please return to Marrow. And then he buys another one that says, I am Marrow.
I love it. I mean, you find, you did roll the lowest, even though, oh no, you didn't. Trouble rolled the lowest.
I rolled the lowest. Don't worry.
But you did, I'm just gonna say, I mean, you find some things that are, like, they're nice, but, like, a little out of your price range, but nothing, like, amazing, like, a ring of feather falling, like,
Yeah, he'd mostly be interested in something that would, like, boost his constitution or something like that.
yeah, I don't think, yeah, this store definitely doesn't have it. It's more kind of showy, like, magical stuff.
Mm.
You'd have better luck at, like, a place for, like, specifically, like, armor or accessories or, like, jewelry or something. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he looks around. He knows, he gets to know the stock and everything. Lumen, you looking around, you find a couple of things that you might be interested in. You find, I wish I sorted this list in any sort of way. You find a just a little, like, black pearl that's just sitting on a shelf, and the shopkeeper tells you that it's a pearl of undead detection. It glows if undead are within 120 feet, and you obviously have your own ways of detecting undead, but this doesn't, it ignores any cover or anything. You also find something called Tranquil Tea, which is you can brew this tea and it will end any effect that's causing you to be charmed or frightened, and you'll have advantage on saving throws to against being charmed or frightened for an hour. You also find a couple of potions of healing. Nika, you do as well if you were interested, but
Not anymore, she isn't.
that's true. I find ointment of soothing, just a little stubby tin jar that removes any exhaustion you're suffering, cures any disease. You also find oh, where'd it go? You find a bottle of ink that is like just, it's magical rainbow ink. That's literally it. It's like 20 gold pieces. But it's like not just paint, like, oh, I painted that and then it chips off. Like, it can change the color of something, but it's a small bottle. And then you find, where did that go? Where did that last thing go? This was the big boy. Yeah, you find a amulet of the devout. What it is it's a +1. When you attune to it, it changes to the symbol of your god, and you get a bonus to spell attack rolls and saving 30 Cs. And you can use your channel divinity feature without expending one of the feature's uses.
Shut the fuck up.
And that's 425 gold pieces.
That's only 425?
It's only a +1.
But getting to use a channel divinity again?
These are the official D&D prices. This is an official item, so sure.
Oh my god. Okay, actually, I'm gonna be super annoying. Can I have the prices of everything you just told me? And I have the
Yes.
names of all of them.
You absolutely can. First one was, let me pull this again. Don't tell me I got it. Oh, you actually, one more thing. You also find like a prismatic crystal wand that you can literally just like fucking draw in the air. It just fucking, that's 230 gold pieces. The pearl of undead detection's 375. The tea is 140. The healing potions are 50 for like a regular common one and 100 for greater. The ointment is 3,400.
Ugh.
The ink bottle is 20 gold pieces. I think that was it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah, that's everything. Fuck, how much do I have? So I'm gonna say I dropped like 26 gold on the. Well, okay, so I assume the holy water I took from the temple.
Oh yeah, you don't have to pay.
But then I paid 25 gold for the spell components. And she like is very interested in the ointment of soothing, and then sees how much it is, and she's just like pressing her face against the glass, being like, "Why do cruel things happen to good people?"
And even it like smells like lavender, and you're like, oh.
She like looks at the ointment, and then she looks at Nika, and she like wrings her hands, and then she goes over, but then she sees the amulet of the devout, and she gets like very excited. And she's currently like counting out all her money.
So Nika has her elbows on the counter, and she's leaning in, and she's talking to the shopkeeper, and she's like, "All right, what do you want for those gloves?
Which ones?
The nice ones."
The more expensive ones?
Yeah.
3,500.
No, what else?
What else do I want for it?
Yes, I'm very capable. If there's
35 platinum.
no money. Are there any favors, any tasks I can do? Do you need help procuring anything?
I have a wife and 2 kids and a dog, and I live across the city, and I am a shopkeeper. I need money.
Nika wants to pay you an exposure.
You don't have any rivals that are bad for business?
He kind of looks around, and he's like, I like can't tell if you're like threatening me or genuinely asking. Like, you just kind of have this air of like, don't fuck with me. So like, I just want to be like clear if I'm being
Rivals that if they were to disappear, that would be good for business.
Trouble pops up from over the edge of the counter and goes,
Just asking.
We're probably the most successful business in this kind of trio of neighborhoods around here, so I'm actually all good.
More success is good. Yes,
it is. I would really.
We have access to the inner city. I'd be happy to advertise for you and your shop.
Roll a persuasion check.
yeah, Nika with her high charisma advertising.
Hey, shop here.
Do it. Lumen give like Nika like a little gentle pat on the behind the knee because that's all she can reach, and nodding solemnly and is casting guidance with
Hell
that.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you actually? Shit.
Yeah.
Trouble gives another pat on the knee. She doesn't cast anything, but
I mean, just moral support.
yeah.
So that's plus 1d4?
Yes.
So with the 1d4, that's a dirty 20.
Oh, all right.
I rolled 16 naturally. The 1d4 was perfect.
Nice. All right. The shopkeep really thinking, brow furrowed, thinking hard. And he looks at you and he says, this is the final deal, okay? I'm going to lay it out for you, and this is it, or nothing else. I'm going to knock it down to, I'm going to knock 1,000 gold off, 2,500. I'm going to put it aside for a week. At the end of that week, if you come to me and you aren't able to pay it yet, I will continue holding it aside. But I need the money. The exposure, not super gonna help, but I will knock 1,000 gold off and continue holding it for you because I appreciate your efforts.
That's a shame. I mean, my word goes a long way. I am. Sorry, pause. Pause. Shut up. Pause. Shut up. I am friends with Duke Tastian. Like, it's Tastian Brashani. His word goes a long way within the city.
Hang on, let me roll for something.
I feel like this is gonna backfire
Oh
horribly.
god, this is so gonna backfire, but hopefully Nika gets her fucking gloves.
The shopkeep's face darkens, and he kind of puts both of his hands on the counter and says, "I'm not revoking the offer as much as I want to right now, but I'm going to tell you that is the final offer, and I would also like you to leave."
Can I make an insight check?
Absolutely, you can.
That is only a 6 on the dice, so 12. I'd like to know if I can tell why his expression darkened.
Probably had a bad experience with him. For a 12.
Nika hones in on that, and she says, "Oh, fuck, I am exhausted. I should be rolling at disadvantage."
Oh no.
It's fine. Well, it's fine. We'll remember. It's okay.
I'll keep that in mind moving forward. She kind of leans in and she says, your expression, it's darkened when I mentioned the Duke. Can I ask why?"
He leans in. He gets like a few inches from her face, and he's, "Do you want these gloves?"
Right now, I'm more interested in knowing what you know about the Duke. I'd like to know your impression of him.
I know the Duke's a wrong-arming asshole with a hand in every fucking pot in the city. I don't think that's secret knowledge. I think you could go to pretty much any well-performing store around and get the same information. He deals in mercenaries. He fucking comes in and he takes whatever he wants and gives it to his employees. He's a shithead. It's not a secret. You could have just walked in the store and asked me that, I would have told you.
I am new to the city. I did not know he had that reputation.
He's just staring at you.
Has the Duke affected you and your business personally?
I mean, I don't know, not him personally waltzing in, but his fucking cronies, his fucking shitty sons.
Quimbly?
Quigley, yes.
Or quickly. Sorry, that's what I said in character. Nika would know that.
Now I really want to change it.
They both sound very punchable.
And Talonier, yes.
Yes, I've know that one. He's insufferable.
He runs in their family.
What if they were to stop exerting their influence on you and your business here? You have a family to provide for. It hardly seems fair that the Duke and his family take advantage of that.
He kind of just laughs and he says, if the Duke no longer bothers me, you get both sets of gloves for free.
Nika grins and she says, "Noted. Hold those gloves for me."
I will. Next!
Could she wear one of each glove?
Yeah, no, out of character, if I wear one of each glove, do I get both benefits?
No.
Oh
No.
shit.
No.
Put one on
It was
your
more
feet.
for dramatic effect that he was saying that.
Yeah, can I wear fingerless gloves on my feet?
We'll cross that bridge if we get to it.
When
Pity Nika
we
doesn't
get
have
there.
4 arms like Lumen does.
Yeah.
When we get
Right?
there.
Oh shit!
Lumen, come here. You and I need to have a talk.
You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like, ladies and gentlemen.
Lumen would absolutely be able to wear both of them. Yeah, because they would just be like the slots, the attunement slots. She could have like 6 hands and wear all those gloves.
Nika's just like, how did you do that?
Who gave you those? Give me
Lumen
them.
looks up, holding like the
Was
little
that from your
bottle of
goddess?
ink.
Was that from your goddess? The art one, Maybelline?
Oh my
Alright,
god!
we go
Making
back.
paint more?
We go back. I start praying. It happens.
Look, I draw a fancy drawing. It's a nice picture. Give me arms.
It's worse than Troubles.
Oh man. Just cave
I mean-
paintings.
If you would really like them, I could.
Oh my
figure
god,
something out
Lumen.
that'll make you happy.
Lady, you buying that amulet?
She's like she like grabbed everything that she was shown, and then she first put back the pearl, and then she found out how much the ointment was, and she put that back, reluctantly, and then she put back the wand, and then eventually the tea. Do you have any normal tea?
No, this is a magic shop.
Alright, okay, well, alright, I
Do you have any
Ma'am, this is a
insanity?
Oh my god. Hi, welcome to Chili's. So she's kind of holding the rainbow ink and the amulet very carefully, and she's like, "All right, well, I have 200 and let's see, how does haggling work? Okay, I will give you 234 gold and 3 silver pieces for the both of these."
I will let you have both of those things for just the price of the amulet.
Oh, that's so kind. That's so. And she gets very excited, and then she stops, and she's like, that's still.
Still can't have it.
Now, is there any way that she kind of looks at Nika's intimidate, and she was like, "Oh, that didn't work super well." But she like scratches her head, and then she's like, "Do you have any
400 gold.
Sorry, say again?
400 gold for both. And we will do what we can to help your situation with the Duke.
Sure.
Nika
But-
slaps 150 gold on the table.
Lumen looks so goddamn touched. She like her little mouth opens, and 2 of her hands go to her heart, and then she's like, "Oh, mate, that's I owe you such a bit." Like she, and then she takes out her coins and she counts them out one by one for the rest of it.
Can I make like would this be sleight of hand to like try and pass Lumen a message that the shopkeep doesn't hear?
Like you're writing a message?
No, I'm trying to whisper to her in a way. that the
Do a stealth.
Ooh, okay. So that is a 9 total, but that
Oh.
is a natural 1.
Honey.
Okay. Well, natural ones really only matter in combat, so
Okay,
we'll stick
so-
with the 9. It's not like you scream it.
All she says is she leans over to Lumen and she's like, "Do not show weakness at the bargaining table."
The shopkeep definitely hears, but he just pretends like he doesn't.
You say that, and Lumen's lip is like quivering,
Toughen up, Buttercup.
and she like it's the quivering lip and the puppy dog eyes as she like solemnly nods in the earnest, like.
Show me your war face.
So she takes, then she gets the amulet and the rainbow ink. She's so grateful. She's holding one in each hand, just so close to her chest.
Oh. All right.
Trouble is still looking in the shop.
Yeah.
Do I get?
If that's about it, we're gonna probably move on, just because I don't want to do the whole.
Well,
whole day
I'm just to be clear. Does my shit roll absolve me of any fines, or does it just take her longer, or like is she shit out of luck?
She finds a bunch of things. She just can't afford any.
Cool.
You have other days. There are plenty of magic shops. Don't worry.
That's not going to stop her from trying to take anything.
Well,
I mean,
no.
Do they have like ye old security tags on these things? Like, is there a radar gun at the window?
Probably for that $9,000 shit. Yeah.
There are guards and there are magic security cameras. Yes.
How tough do the guards look?
Oh my god, we're leaving.
Yeah. They look like rent-a-cops, honestly.
Nika's sleep deprived. She's not on the tough shit
yes,
she thinks she is.
Let's do this.
Take the ball.
All right.
Someone stop her. Put her to sleep.
Lumen, I imagine, just for your last thing for today, I imagine you're gonna attune to the amulet.
Oh, you betcha she's gonna attune to that. But before she does, she's gonna go and in a nice little pretty fun like tissue paper package, so it's really fun to rip open. She's gonna go and give the rainbow ink to Trouble.
Oh, remind me again what it does.
It's literally hang on, I'll paste it.
Is it in D&D Beyond?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Think so. It's what you can do with it is change the color of your ring.
Ooh.
So now you just have pretty fun inks for your little journal. I don't know. It's just cute.
Trouble is like, she looks flabbergasted that Lubin bought that for her. Well, Nika bought that for her. She's like, it takes her a second to kind of process that like that was what she was doing with it. It wasn't for Lubin, and she's like, oh, and she gets like, you know, bird expressions are kind of fucking challenging. But, like, all of her feathers puff up real big. She looks like a fucking pine cone, and then her little tail starts wagging a mile a minute, and she's, like, hopping up and down really quickly, and she's just making incoherent bird noises and squawks that you can only imagine is some sort of form of gratitude. But she's just having a little birdie tantrum, mostly.
Yes, I agree. Us littles gotta stick together, you know? And I think it'll really just add some beautiful pizzazz to your words.
She starts cackling like a fucking mad genius toddler, like absolute evil laughter.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Are we gonna fucking wake up in the middle of the night to see that you scrawled on the walls like a child with a box of crayons?
One way to find out. Take a long rest, pussy.
I have 3 coloring books and 96 crayons.
My sister said almost that verbatim to me the other day. She comes into the kitchen and she slams down like the 4 coloring books and like billions of fucking colored markers that she got. She's like, I could do so much damage with these. I'm like, Abigail, chill.
I know. I'm quoting your sister with that.
Oh, and it was spot on. Well done.
I think that's all I have for today.
All right. Yeah, since you were all kind of sticking together for today, like I'm not gonna skip the others, but I'm assuming that was the bulk of the day. So just super quickly, Trouble, if there was anything else.
That's my takeaway from this.
Oh yeah, for sure. Trouble, was there anything you wanted to do, like super early in the morning, later at night?
Not particularly, though. I do want to clarify about this ink real quick. The way that it's worded makes it sound like...
I realized that after. I would say there are 2 that I was looking at and got confused. This is one, I would say, if you want to go back and change to the multicolored one, Lumen, you can, but this one would be I would say she found one that's like the exact shade of is bronze or brass that Trouble likes.
One of them, I don't know.
Yeah, one of them. She found one that's that exact shade that she likes.
Okay. What was the other one?
That it's just like a rainbow, multicolored ink, and that's 40 gold pieces.
But it does the same thing. Like she could just change the color.
Yeah, basically.
With the rainbow one, does she get to choose what color she's changing it to, or is it like completely random?
No, it's just red. It's basically like this, but the color is rainbow.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, no, then she would do the bronze one, I think, if she had any say in it. Which she doesn't.
I feel like Lumen would know.
Yeah,
that's her thing.
Lumen probably reads the aesthetic vibes.
Lumen appreciates a good aesthetic.
Yeah, no.
And Lumen.
Oh, for sure.
Lumen also gets the amulet, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she can attune to that. Anytime I actually added that to your D&D Beyond already. So.
Oh my god, you're so speedy. Thank you so much.
I know, I'm so green. Thank you. Alright, so finally, Lakar, anything you want to do this day?
He just stepped away.
Oh, yep, he did. I actually have to update my notes, so I will take a second and do that.
Nika Googles how to make 2,600 gold in 7 days.
Nika
I
starts
do
investing
remind
in Bitcoin.
Zuiz did promise, I think, I'm guessing, I'll go back and verify the amounts, but I think 200 at the beginning of this like upcoming week at the start of the next week, another 200 at the start of the week after that, and then I think 2,500 when your contract is up.
Nika scrunches her eyebrows. People really do that with their feet? But the Google search results. Sorry, I'm on my show.
I was like, wait, what?
Oh my god. Dakota's back. We should stop
was there
talking
anything
about whatever the fuck Matt was talking about.
Was there anything Lakar wanted to do that second day that didn't get covered? Or just the messages? Alright.
Just the messages.
Cool. Right, day 3. Weird thing. It's actually announced, you hear that, I don't know, the fucking town crier or whatever. It's announced that Harad's memorial service is actually indefinitely postponed. There's no explanation given. And the city watch guards just stopped wearing the armbands. Rumors abound about why this happens, fucking everything you can think of, but by the end of the day, the gossip kind of just shifts towards like discussing the fact that some nobleman's fiance skipped town, and so people seem to have forgotten about it by the end of the day. Lumen. Guess what?
No.
Same dream as you had the night before, kind of that weird intercut kind of thing. It's a little fuzzy. You start like in the graveyard, but then the Alep like screams, and you're suddenly back in the room that you were in the dream, and it kind of just goes back and forth like that. And by like you'll still be able to go through like this day as normal, but by the end of this day, this is when you have convinced yourself that there's some colossal truth right outside your recall that you're so close to, and you know it. You just know it, and it's driving you. It's making you a little bonkers.
Well, if that happens, okay, well, yep, I guess she's going to be mad knitting, mad munching, and then with another set of arms, mad scribbling things, a bunch of question marks and things. She looks like a mad woman.
I would say I know this fully sounds like I'm literally telling you what to do, but I would say that her thought would be like, you want to know more, like you want to like find out more about like what creature this is and why it, like both what the creature is and like why you're feeling like this, because you still have yourself, like you know that this is not like, you know that you're being obsessive about this, but it's also happening. But you also are just like, I want to know about what I'm like obsessing over and also why I'm doing it.
Right. Okay. Well, okay. God, the thing about, like, Harad, like, that kind of fucked me up. That made me really unsettled. And then, like, this is just, like, another thing, and it's just like, oh my god.
At some point in the day, Trouble will steal a napkin from the dining area down in the main room and then give it to Lumen.
It is gone in, like, 3 seconds.
Trouble seems
Like,
fascinated
vacuums
by
it
that.
up.
Hyper shredded, like, noom. I have to think on how I'm gonna react with that so someone else can go.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Let's go to Nika, actually, because this is, your day starts with, Shira finding you, and she says, hey, I just wanted to let you know that the smith, Magron, he got in a few hours before sunrise. He's actually, down in the basement in the forge. If you go down in the basement, turn immediately to your right, straight ahead.
Nika walks
that
off
door is
immediately
probably
before they
closed.
finish talking.
And she's like still explaining it as she goes. Yeah, so she makes her way to Zuiza's room, which is where the thing is, and the door is shut.
Nika knocks on the door.
Like the second her like hand leaves the door, like as finished knocking, Flicker opens the door and he's like staring through the crack and just staring.
Zuiz.
He shakes his head, but he cocks his head and in Zuiz's voice he says, "Basement."
He says what?
Basement.
Is Nika kind of rolls her eyes, but she's trying to keep her patience. I was told your organization provides smithing services. Is that downstairs?
He nods and he steps aside, and
yes, basement.
yeah, he goes over and does the little contraption that opens the trapdoor down to the basement.
Okay, Nika, she heads downstairs.
Over. All right.
Never mind. Keep doing your thing. I believe you have taken all of the tokens off this map.
Oh no, it's doing the double thing again. Oh well, whatever. Keep going, because I see them all, but it's doing what it did last time.
Nika is walking like a girl on a mission. She heads down to the last door on the... remind me, you said left or right?
Well, I mean, there's really only one way.
Okay, yeah.
There's a wall on your other side, yeah.
She's looking for the smith.
Yeah. So she goes... Oh, wait, hang on. There's gonna be like 7 Nikas. Whatever. She... That's in here. Oh, actually, you're not. I'm sorry, I just had a little thing written, but hang on. I didn't want you in there yet. Yeah, as you approach the door, you can actually feel like heat emanating from it as you like are still like across the room, and it just gets hotter and hotter. And the door's shut. And as you go and grab the doorknob, it's like it's hot, like not enough to like severely burn you, but you fucking like you're startled and your skin is red, but you manage to open it. And you are in a very small, very dim, almost unbearably warm room. The air is thick with smoke. The space doesn't seem to be ventilated in any way, judging by the fact that the stench of body odor is noticeable underneath the powerful aroma of embers. There's a compact hearth against the wall to your right, various tools, scrap pieces of metal hanging from wall hooks, uncluttered tables forgotten on the floor, and a stocky dwarven man is hammering a red-hot curved blade on the anvil in the far corner. Smudged apron across his midsection, thick goggles over his eyes. He didn't seem to notice you come in at all.
So, Nika's already inside the room. She's thrown the door open. But since the dwarven man hasn't noticed her, she will just loudly rap on the door frame until he notices her.
Hang on, I'm gonna roll just for fun. Okay, yeah. It maybe takes like one or two, but he eventually kind of like glances up, then does a double take, and he stops hammering and puts the goggles back up on his head. And it's a little dim, but you can still see. You can make out important features that he's caked in grime and dripping with sweat, and the outline of his goggles is still apparent by just this rectangle of pale white skin across the middle of his otherwise very sooty face. His head is mostly shaved bald, with an exception of a strip of just truly disgusting, like reddish brown dreadlocks down the middle of his scalp that are like loosely held together by a scrap of fabric out of his face. Kind of a scraggly, matted beard to match. And he kind of squints, like his eyes are adjusting to the light, and says, "What can I do for you?"
Hello, I was told by Squeeze that your organization offers smoothing services.
Yeah, absolutely. He kind of like wipes his hands on his apron and steps out in front of the anvil and like extends his hand to shake. I'm Magron. Yeah, I heard there were a couple of new, maybe temporary people. Sorry, what's your name?
Could you type his name?
Yes. Oh, well, you know his last name now too.
Hey,
he only said his first. Yeah.
His perception is that high. I perceive his driver's license in his pocket. Now, she takes his hand and meets it with a firm grip, and she responds with Nika.
Nika, what can I do for you? What do you got?
Gron, I need a new weapon.
You come to the right place.
I can see you are busy. I would all I ask is access to your facilities. I can handle the rest.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're a part of this organization, you absolutely have access to it. Yeah, I mean, it seems like I'm kind of the only one who does what I do, so, I mean, it's not my forge, I'm just the only one that uses it, so absolutely, yeah. Feel free, anytime. We might have to get another anvil in here, but... absolutely. In the meantime, are you looking to do something now, or?
Yes, if that's fine. The material I'm working with is not. I should not need your. You can continue with your work. And she kind of looks around the room. Do you have another? And she's gesturing to the front of herself. She doesn't know the word for it, but she's looking for another apron, blacksmith's apron.
Oh, he takes him a second to like get what's being said, and he goes. There's like a little, like a crate in the corner, and he goes and digs through, and he finds one that's like not for a Goliath size, and he kind of like hands it to her, but like doesn't really seem to notice that it is maybe not gonna fit.
It's a bib.
That's fine. She puts it on. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a bib. It comes down to... It stops just at her crotch. She's barely able to tie the waist cinch around her waist. Because she's thick, yo! She puts this apron on, and she busies herself at the leatherworker's workbench, and she is just grabbing, basic materials. If there's a carved pommel, potentially used for a dagger or something like that, handy, she'll start with that, and she's just wrapping it and carving a carved hilt, if there's any of those handy. She's preparing it and modifying it for her uses, and she will quietly get to work on this item while allowing him to continue his work, and just basically content to work in mutual silence.
Yeah, great. So she's just focused on like making the hilt.
Yes.
Yeah,
she's focused on making a basically a modified dagger hilt.
Okay.
It hilts with a large. She will eventually be modifying it to add a large loop at the pommel, through which she can eventually thread a rope through, as well as widening the groove at the top to allow a larger piece of material than the standard, hunk of polished steel that you would normally insert into the pommel for a dagger.
All right. Yeah. You don't yet have proficiency with smith's tools, right? I guess that wouldn't even be smith's tools; that'd be leather workers. So I guess let's go.
That's
Yeah.
a difficult. This is where I'm not sure about it because, like, according to her character sheet, she doesn't because she doesn't get that until level 7. But according to her background, she would. So it's entirely up to
Okay.
you
Yeah,
how you
I
wanna
would
handle
just
that.
say. But she would be able to. I'm gonna make you roll for the matter of speed rather than if she does it versus doesn't.
Okay, sure.
So, yeah, what would that be? Like dexterity, just general.
Just a dexterity check.
Yeah. Just give me a dexterity.
What's natural 20 get me?
That gets you. You get it done. That's it's still a fucking process, but you get it done in like 3 hours.
Okay, so she's just working with some material, and she knows what she's going for. She will eventually be finishing this item up later, but in the meantime, she's working with this pommel and modifying it to her purposes. Or, sorry, again, not pommel, with this hilt and modifying it to her purposes.
All right, beautiful. Yeah, it turns out great. I mean, you won't. A little different not having the whole thing, but seems like a great start for what you're doing.
Sure.
She is pretty proud.
That's what I'm doing for 3 hours. Who's up next?
Awesome. All right. Let's go to Lakar.
He's just doing the same as usual, I guess. Just checking in on the wives and.
All right. Yeah. That was the last thing we did kind of before the session. We got to those messages.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is an end day. Yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with just having a day of chilling, training. You don't have to do anything massive. So
he's probably going a little stir crazy with worry, but he's just trying to keep himself busy however he can.
Absolutely. So let's go to Trouble, and then we'll go back to Lumen.
Trouble is a little bit all over the place. She's gonna probably at some point do something chaotic and meaningless, like bring Lakar a dead lizard, and then because he seems sad,
He'll cherish it and
what
eat
else
it.
would you do? Yeah.
And seeing him eat it, she's like, okay, job well done, mission accomplished.
I did it.
And then she's going to hang on, let me check something super quick. I do not. Okay. She's just gonna go out by herself and try to find a place to buy thieves' tools.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I don't know how much those cost actually.
Let me pull that up.
Is there like some kind of registry for people who purchase thieves' tools?
Probably.
Like, that seems like the kind of thing that...
Yeah, you get on the list.
It's
If
like
they
buying
did, they
a
probably wouldn't
firearm.
tell you.
Is there an application process?
How do you apply for buying thieves' tools? Like,
Okay,
I mean,
yeah,
there's
she
probably
finds,
like a background check.
She can go to the nearest.
What's your social security number?
Does she want it to be cheap, or does she want it to be like? Is she looking for cheapness or convenience?
She's just, I don't know. I didn't know there were different types of thieves' tools. She just wants kinds that are gonna work.
There aren't, but
performance, is that an option?
what?
Like she wants ones that are good performance. Like what?
Oh, okay.
Not a performance.
Okay, so I'm gonna
check.
say she doesn't go to the. she's not going to the flea market for them. Is what I'm
No,
getting
she
from
doesn't
that.
want
Okay.
gently used thieves' tools, no.
Okay. All right. So yeah, she has to go a little bit further, but not too far. She goes to where the fuck is that? Oh, I'm not even looking at the thing. Yeah, she's just buying thieves' tools, so yeah, she goes to a little like it's like a general store and like a kind of sketchier part of town, a place that would
Cool.
sell thieves' tools and not give a shit. And that is 25 gold piece.
Cool, so she's gonna get that, and then she's gonna, pretty much, I think, just spend the rest of her day starting to practice with them so that she can try to get proficient. I don't know how long that's gonna take. I don't know if I have to roll ADHD for that. Probably.
Let me... No, yeah, that's...
Ooh, that resin is hot.
Yeah, you spend 1 gold a day for downtime for 250 days!
What? Oh, shit.
The player's handbook is brutal. I will say it will not be that long, but I'll figure out something, an alternative.
Yeah,
after,
you don't have to figure it out right now.
And then she won't be getting the proficiency by the time we end the session, so we'll deal with that later.
Fine.
But it will not be 250 days.
Okay, so 25 gold and then time. Do you want me to... I'm gonna roll. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is... Okay, hang on. Shit, where's my... Where did I put my ADHD? There it is.
What'd you roll? I think I have that up. Yeah. Yeah, I have it. What'd you get?
I got 25, but not a natural 20. So she is
Okay.
considered hyper-focused until the task is complete, or until she sees a wisdom saving throw against being hyper-focused.
Let's do it. That's the one. I feel like you always get that.
I don't know. But that's fun, because now she's, she can't stop. She's just gonna keep practicing.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yep.
How much were these tools?
25, I was
25.
told.
Oh, gotcha.
Why?
Okay, sorry. I never mind. I misheard. Never mind.
Okay. Does anybody care if I just convert my platinum to gold? Like, is that gonna matter?
No.
Okay, thank you. I hate it. I'm gonna convert all my coin to Electrum.
Electrum literally doesn't exist in this world because I hate it so much.
It's pretty bad.
I hate it so much.
I support that house rule so much.
So stupid. It doesn't even sound right. Like, it sounds like a weird,
It's
unstable
futuristic.
element. Yeah.
Electrum is to D&D as nickels are to real life.
Yes! Absolutely.
Do they have nickels in Syrup Land?
Oh my god, for a second I thought you said my name. I thought you said Nicole's in real life, and I was like thinking, I was like, what kind of...
No, they don't.
Do they have
gross
Nicole's
is
in
that?
Canada?
You literally can't come across the border if your name
No,
is...
no Nicole's allowed.
No, we don't. We don't have pennies.
Oh, good for you.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we round everything to nickels. Unless it's like fucking like debit card or
I
whatever.
think you have to choose one or the other is the efficient way to do it. It's either all nickels or all pennies. But you
Right?
can't have
Yeah.
both.
Hey Daarka, can I tell you a story?
Yeah.
When I was in 8th grade, I wrote a report on currency, and the name of the report was "Do Pennies Make Sense?" But I spelled sense, C-E-N-T-S.
How old are you?
Do they?
8th grade.
Okay, it's bordering on unacceptable, but it's fine.
See, the goal of the paper was
Oh
to
no,
prove
no,
that
fuck you,
pennies
fuck
don't
you,
make
fuck you,
sense.
fuck you, fuck you.
But every time
Stop
I used
it.
the word sense,
Stop
I
it.
spelled it
Kill his character.
C-E-N-T-S.
Teacher.
And then you get failed because you were spelling things wrong.
No, I actually, it brought my grade up. I would have gotten a B+, but they gave me an A because I stuck with the bit. So
You
well.
stuck to it. You stuck to the
Yeah.
bit. All right. What were you rolling for, Daarka?
Oh, I already rolled it. I
Oh,
got a
shit,
25
okay, I
on
thought we
ADHD, so I'm hyper focused. So she's gonna
Okay,
have
yeah.
to.
So whenever we figure out what we're gonna do instead,
Sure,
we will
which is
factor that
important
in.
because if it's anywhere close to 200 and some odd days, that's a problem.
You're gonna have to do that a lot.
She's gonna die.
All right. Is that it for the day?
For trouble, yeah.
Alrighty. Lumen, yes.
I'm suffering. Okay, so I think she's like so torn up about like everyone else does their things and kind of near the tail end of the day. Perhaps I don't know if we like eat dinner together. I think Lumen's very big on like
Family dinners.
Family dinners. Yeah.
Then she will
down
probably
at the
dislike
table, no
the
phones.
fact that Trouble is not eating. Trouble does not want to be bothered. Don't fucking touch Trouble. Trouble is doing something.
Lumen will leave a plate out then. For
Okay.
food for Trouble.
Trouble appreciates it. Trouble will not eat.
For what it's worth, Nika's in the same boat.
Nika, what is it now?
Oh, she's downstairs, bro.
Ah!
I just want the whole family to sit down and have a nice
Honestly.
dinner. Just once a day. Everybody's always on their proficiencies.
That's so cute.
Checking their D&D character beyond sheets and... Wait,
Okay, I
no,
suppose she
did
would
that
find
all wrong.
Lakar.
Lakar would eat supper with her, yeah.
Alright, so Lumen would... Okay, so she would first leave food for Trouble, and then she would come and she would pack a little ding, and then she stresses out trying to find Nika until probably Shira's like, she's downstairs. And then goes down and then finds Nika and then sternly puts the food down and is like, point, 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 up, and then like goes back up like a angry little mom.
Thank you. Nika slides the food off to the side of the table. It's in her way.
If I wasn't burdened with what I am right now, I would give you a stern reprimanding, but I'm putting a pin in that for now.
She
If
doesn't
I'm
seem to
back-
hear her.
If I'm back in an hour and that's not you, we're gonna have a real problem. And
She's
then
just
she
talking to
turns
herself.
and just goes upstairs and she goes to Lakar. Lakar,
Mm-hmm.
I had another bad dream. But I don't want you to worry yourself. I don't want anyone to worry themselves. But I've learned that I can't help others if I don't take care of myself first, and that's something I struggle with a lot. So
What can I help you
here's-
with?
Well, here's the tricky thing. I don't plumb know what's going on. I think something's up with these, these words, these trapped and gem and the other one that I always forget.
Torment?
Torment, the best one.
Trapped
A T
and
word.
yeah. Torment. Oh, it's so. I don't even like saying it. It makes me feel bad. And there's something going on, and I don't know what it is, but Zaleman doesn't want to talk to us, and I don't want to pester him yet, even though I'm mighty good at pestering. Cause I'm like a pest. Do you see? That was a joke.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't get it because you are not a pest. I would never consider you one.
Oh, that's very kind of you. And whatever you do, don't change your sheets. You may have noticed your sheets have got a little. Anyway, don't flip your pillow, whatever you do.
If worst comes to worst, I'll sleep in the bathtub.
Oh, alright. Don't look at the towels either, then.
One time we had a rug in our room.
Yeah, that's fully gone.
Yeah, honestly, yep.
Yep, fully gone.
That
And
rug
like only
was-
within the last 2 days.
that
Lumen,
rug
are
was
you-
a magic carpet, but it's too late now.
Yep.
Lumen, are you stress eating?
you know what? We're gonna address one problem at a time.
That's
So,
fair.
let's stick with the dreams for now. I think I need to do some research on this creature feature, and that's not my strong suit. So I don't know if you want to accompany me to a library of sorts. Oh, excuse me, library.
Oh,
I would appreciate the distraction. Yes, I will help you.
Oh, excellent, superb. Well, then we can go after we're done eating, and after I kick Nika's ass for not eating either, and then we can go.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And after I kick Nika's ass.
After I murder her in cold blood.
Oh, I love my sweet baby moth.
Oh my
I love your
God.
sweet baby moth too.
Yeah,
Bring
so
it,
besides
bitch.
the fact that Lumen will go down and she will flutter in front of Nika's face and essentially almost force feed her. And once that food is gone, then she will go with Car to the library.
The food hasn't been touched.
Trouble
Alright,
gets
actually,
away
we're
with the
gonna-
same offense upstairs.
We're gonna address that first though. Is Nika still exhausted?
No, she actually slept last night. But she has a new focus. She's working on modifying this hilt.
Nika, you need to eat something. No, don't you me. Missy?
Okay.
At this point, actually, the hammering in the corner stops, and Magron, who you have not met, Lumen, pulls off his goggles and says, "Excuse me.
Yes'm?
If you're not working in here, this is a focused area. We'd just would appreciate you start to work on something, or you head out. You're ruining my groove."
Oh,
Without
all right.
looking at Lumen, Nika is still focused on the hilt that she's working on, and she just kind of does the shoe motion with her hand.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. So, I'm so sorry, sir. What is your name?
Magron, what's yours?
Lumen. Nice to meet you. And she kind of nods and starts backing up, and she kind of mutters under her breath, "Then you're on my list as well, Macron." Fucking goes upstairs and goes to the car in a complete huff, and she's like, "All right, we gotta go to the library. There's gonna be a lot of books, and I can't wait."
Oh God.
She says with her angry eyebrows. I can't wait.
Maybe
All
10
right.
minutes after Lumen leaves the smithy, Nika's gonna go upstairs and looking for trouble. Actually,
Trouble's hyperfixating in the room. She's
in the room.
probably like she probably found some like padlock or something, and she is just sitting there with it. Like she's sitting on the floor with her bird feet like holding the padlock and then bent over it and is just like picking it repeatedly over and like in a mindless like robotic haze. Like this is her life now. And Tickle is sitting on the floor staring at her, also seeming to be in this like haze. Like this, she doesn't exist anymore. She's not capable of being perceived. She is a lockpick.
That's good because the room is the first place Nika would look. So I'm assuming she walks in on the scene.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Trouble's yeah.
Can't miss it.
Yeah. She's not trying to be Heidi about it.
Does Trouble notice Nika watching her? At all?
No.
Okay.
I'm not even rolling for that.
Yeah, no.
Nika will probably watch for maybe 5 or 10 minutes before stooping down next to Trouble and just sort of holding her hand out for the lockpicks and saying, "May I?"
No.
She will, if Trouble consents, she will lean in and kind of, with one hand, steady the padlock with one hand, and the other hand, she's going to steady the hand that is holding. I think the term is plunge. The
Fuck
bottom
if I
piece
know.
of the lockpicks. She's gonna steady Trouble's hand and be like, "You're rushing things. If if you slow down just a little bit, you may find more success. The key is patience, not brute force, and kind of just try and help Trouble and guide her through, basically trying to point out the key is to take your time, close your eyes, and be more in tune with the vibrations that are traveling up through the lockpick and visualizing how the lock functions from the inside, rather than trying to brute force it open.
So
And try and help her.
at first, it's very much like the energy is like you have derailed such a deep focus that there is only irritation. But she doesn't like push you away or anything like that. She just kind of begrudgingly at first listens, and then kind of realizes that you're not actually here to stop her forward momentum. You're just trying to help redirect it in a more productive way. And then she kind of seems to accept it a little bit more, and she starts taking instruction fairly quickly. And you've not seen her like pick any locks like ever, so probably safe to assume this is a new skill for her, especially seeing as she's now like hyperfixated on practicing it. But she is caught on to what she already knows very fucking fast. Cause she's hyperfixated. It takes her like record time to catch on to the things that you're teaching her, even though she's not like all the way there yet. Like she's a very fucking quick learner.
The fundamentals are there. The key thing is learning patience and trying to not rush things. Trying to this is a waiting game. The idea is persistence, not trying to brute force the lock open, but to finesse the lock open, and that's what Nika is trying to focus on teaching her in this moment.
Yeah, she does her best to kind of internalize that. It doesn't, as much as it doesn't seem to come naturally to her, she is, again, a very quick learner, as it turns out, despite how, like, scatterbrained she seems in every other aspect of everything.
Yeah, when I figure out what exactly the mechanics will be for her to learn it, I'll definitely take into account that she literally has someone proficient who can, like, help her and guide her.
Yeah, also
So
the ADHD mechanics with how I rolled, it says that I can perform a task faster than normal and have advantage on checks related to the relevant task. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure. And my point of view for helping with this, and my justification for helping with this, is that even though Nika is not a thief and she doesn't make it a habit of picking locks, she is a smith, and she would likely be familiar with the process of how to craft a lock and the internal workings of one, and she's just trying to enlighten Trouble on that side of things.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
So after maybe 10 or 15 minutes of working with Trouble and sort of taking a backseat, she spends maybe 5 minutes showing Trouble a few tips, and then stepping back and seeing if those tips take root, and waiting for Trouble to make visual progress in her task.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't take that long. Like, she is in a fucking, like, groove, and she catches on very fucking quick.
Then, once she starts showing signs, Nika will take a step back and wait until she starts showing signs of progress, and then when she does, of course, she just kind of does the whole... She doesn't reach out and pat Trouble on the shoulder or anything, but she does do the whole, good, well done, kind of thing, and just very not over-the-top signs of appraisal. Before trying to shift subjects, just very briefly be like, I was told that my axe was told that you had gathered the shards.
Trouble does not look up from what she's doing. It's unfortunate because as much as she normally would jump to help Nika has to wait a minute as Trouble clearly has a priority here, but she goes, "Hi!" And she very slowly, like, unwraps one foot from where it was holding the padlock and it just kind of reaches out to the side, and she's not looking, and it just grabs her bag of holding and kind of drags it in closer. And then she's still like, her movements are slow and completely distracted. She doesn't really care about this endeavor that much. Tickle then comes around and sticks their little noggin in the bag and starts one by one dragging out little shards of... No. It was bundled up. Okay, never mind. It's not stupid. Tickle comes back out holding in their teeth like this wad of fabric that is like bundled up like hobo stick style, you know? And they drag it out onto the floor and kind of nudge it towards Nika, and it makes sounds like it's a bag full of broken glass.
Nika will kind of like unfurl the bundle and look over the shards of her mother's axe, and it's an emotional moment. I'm not sure if Trouble's paying attention at all.
Unfortunately, not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Nika might as well be in the privacy of her own room.
Yeah. Now Nika will lay everything out laid bare in front of her, and she kind of bows her head for a moment to collect herself before picking through the pieces and trying to find any large salvageable pieces. And she lands on one shard that was not actually on necessarily on the blade of the axe, but more on the it was incorporated into the axe, but it was more on the opposite side of the head, opposite of the piece that shattered, and it is largely intact. It is a large, sharpened shard of Jasper Wing obsidian, and oh god, I fucked that up. Jewel Wing Jasper. She gingerly picks it up and begins inspecting it and just, checking it for seeing what condition it's in and the integrity of the piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm picturing just the way you describe it, like it was like parallel to like the blade, so it's actually like the thickest part, like kind of above the handle, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm trying to. There was a.
Oh fuck! You asked me to draw it. I suck.
You're good. You're good. That was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was the time that I was gonna get it done.
But yeah, no, there's a reference image that I found that I will look for later. But yeah, it's exactly what you're describing, Abby, where it was opposite of the blade. It sat on the other hand of the handle, so it did not shatter the same way the rest of the blade did.
Yeah, for sure. It's not like it was shattered, but like parts of it around it, like there are some like some of the like edges of where it now is, like at the top and bottom, it's kind of tapered in a weird way, but like the core of it is very much intact. Like it's definitely the biggest piece that remained.
Sure. So she grabs this larger piece and she's inspecting it, and she spots potential in it for it to be reshaped and used for her purposes. And she kind of, despite herself, she's trying to be a steely bitch, but she's struggling to do so in this moment. Thank God Trouble's focused. She kind of wipes her nose with her back of her hand, and she folds the rest of the pieces up in the cloth and returns it to Tickle. And
Tickle saw everything.
Do you mind holding on to this for me? She's addressing Tickle at this point, not Trouble.
Yeah, Trouble's hyper-focused. Tickle saw all of Nika's shame, and Tickle doesn't have like an overt reaction, but they start like at first it just looks like they're just chewing on the edge of the fabric of that bundle, but then they start seeming to like kind of push it haphazardly back into like a bundly shape, and then dragging it a little bit, and oh nope, some of it's spilling out. It's chaotic, but like they're trying to put it back in the bag.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Nika kind of reaches out and squishes under their chin in like a gesture of appreciation, and clutching the shard of Jasper in one hand, she'll return back downstairs to the workshop, and she's going to begin the process of chiseling and reshaping this shard of Jasper to suit her new goals and her new purposes.
Hey guys, I gotta take off early tonight. I
Okay,
have a
hun.
migraine and it's killing me.
Yeah, you're good. Go get some rest. Go feel better.
Yeah, we already chatted, and we actually, me and Dakota talked the most about like doing our stuff. So
You're good?
we can definitely keep going without there being much of an issue.
And
Sounds
Abby
good.
can pilot me if need be. So.
Okay.
Yeah, the recording. Yeah, feel better, dear.
Yep.
Yep. Good night, guys.
Night, hun.
So good night. I like that beautiful, beautiful scene of Matt and Nika, and then meanwhile across town, Luna's just cursing her out in the most southern hospital way possible.
Oh, Nika has no idea that Lumen's even pissed. She might not even have realized that Lumen was
Yeah,
there
she
and
doesn't
found
really
the
remember
workshop.
that Lumen came down.
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna. Oh, we rush over the talking to during that. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming back.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm
Lumen,
going
were
to the
you
library.
going to go? Yeah, you were doing that same day.
Yes.
No, that's fine. That's totally fine. I was just checking. 'Cause I know you said dinner, so I wasn't sure if you were saving it, but either way is fine.
Yes, I would love to go, and hopefully Lakar will give me the help action. Easy
yeah,
peasy.
absolutely will. Are you just going for
Everyone
whatever's
turns.
closest?
Everyone pilots Dakota's character as soon as he's gone.
Oh, and Lakar definitely gives me like 200 gold. And
Oh
stuff.
yeah, he just hands over his fucking coin pouch.
Can I get the keys to his pirate ship?
Yeah.
I want his loincloth. That's all he has. I think we've divvied up all of his possessions.
Yep. That's it.
Now the glaive. Who gets the glaive?
I don't know.
What are you looking for? Just closest library. I mean, there are also
Yes.
like there are shelves like in the actual inn. Like you can.
Lou, I guess we can do a brief skim, of the shelves in here before we decide to go to the library.
Yeah, absolutely. You can roll an investigation with advantage.
Oh my god, thank you so much, Lakar.
You're welcome.
Oh, nailed it.
Guys, I rolled so fucking bad. I got 12.
Oh no.
Okay. I mean, I was considering it honestly more for just like things of your purpose. So I mean, you investigate the books. There are books there. You're like, all right. What are you looking for specifically?
I don't know. Books about creatures or monsters, and I suppose maybe the undead, because it seemed like undead.
Okay. Yeah, you find there's this shelf is very much. It just seems like lots of. It's a shelf that is just full. It just seems like any book that kind of came across, they just shoved it in here to kind of fill it out. But with a very weird variety, you do find a few things. There's a book called Dire Necromancer, which you're like, ooh. It's just a kind of average-looking book, but it's more of a biography of just this fucking necromancer named Kaloth, who used phoenix souls to infuse power into the undead and was eaten by an undead owl bear.
Oh, hot.
You also find a book called Darkened Eternity and Unspeakable Damnation by Wares Winaxon. Bound in like some like gold dragon hide, and it's just a very general history of dark magic and how views on certain practices vary across the world, and the laws in place to protect against it. Some mention of necromancy, things like that, but neither of those books really have anything specific on creatures. There are a bunch of fun like romance novels, things like that, but not really what Lumen's looking for.
Lumen's gonna grab one of the romance novels.
Absolutely. She grabs The Blacksmith's Daughter by Vilaith Nazur, and it is an elven romance novel.
Yeah, you don't even have to worry about telling me what it's about, because I take it to go, and I mean that quite literally,
All right.
Because we exit, and then as soon as we're like a bit away from the thing, she just starts opening it and just rip, munch, rip, munch. Literally paper shredder.
So now you're going to look for a library.
Yes,
Do you ask anyone where the library is instead of wandering
yeah,
aimlessly?
I think they would.
Do you ask them through a mouthful of parchment?
Of the book you just took out of her lobby, you asked Yushira.
No, I will not ask Yushira. We are leaving.
Okay. Actually, Bronwyn's probably coming by, but there are also people outside as well.
Yeah, we're going outside, and I will probably Lakar would address some, but Lumen would kind of go.
Yeah,
they would probably back each other up, and
because Lumen has a mouthful of 50 Shades of Grey.
He goes and grabs some random person who points towards where the prison is, actually, and the library. It's called.
You know, the prison where all the happy memories are.
Yeah, the prison. Equinox Library, right across from the prison. Just a squat, rundown brick building.
Do we still have our prison uniforms? Like, if we wanted to re-infiltrate the prison,
No.
is that an option?
No, you do not.
Ew.
I think we do, but I think Abby wants to like dictate that
Yep,
we don't fucking go in that direction.
No. They disappeared. They evaporated.
God took them away from us.
honestly, yeah. Okay, so
weirdly enough, the library, there's like just a pile of like books on the front lawn, but other than that, it looks like just a library. It looks open. There are lights on inside.
all right, Lumen will make sure she has not a shred of paper on her, you know, paper dust free, and she kind of just gives a little disclaimer. Sometimes they don't like moths in the library, but we're just gonna go in there and be hospitable, and hopefully they won't even notice. And they'll go in.
Yeah, you both enter. It's a mid-sized library. Not a lot of people around. A few people. Definitely not packed. Don't really see anyone like behind the librarian desk. At least not at the second. Are you just going straight for the shelves? Are you gonna look for a librarian? What are you doing?
Oh my goodness, that is so... That's gonna make things so much trickier. God, baby tangent, I saw a homebrew spell a couple weeks ago that was like somebody's magical rats or something like that, and essentially was like, I have to find it. It's like some random names, magical rats or something.
Up like, whoa.
and the spell was like, you say, it's essentially Control F. You say a word, and then these magical rats go off and grab any book or anything containing that, like, those key words that you're searching for. They bring them back to you.
If only libraries were organized in a way.
No. That's basically like how Gummy works. Is Skenna just is like, okay, Control F, bones, and Gummy's like, I'm on it, bitch.
Honestly, love. So I guess Lumen's gonna try and find the undead or creature section. Or
yeah, there's definitely an animal creature section. There's a section on dreams, and I need you to really guide me through here.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the I'm looking for the Alipe.
All right. Roll an investigation for me.
I'm assuming I have help, and I still roll terrible.
Yes, you do. You can just assume that the whole time.
14.
Okay. Yeah, you find books, like very general books on the undead, like in specifically undead creatures. So you grab a few of those. Lakar helps you out. Flip through. You see a page with the creature you had come across, and you're like, oh my gosh, there it is. And you learn that it is it's a spectral variation of a person they once were, with their features warped from the madness that they befell, and they kind of just like faded away and just became like specter of madness, basically. And its only desire was revenge on those who pushed it over the edge. Oh yes, it's a person who committed suicide. Well, they didn't just fade away; they killed themselves. Sorry, didn't mean to laugh at that. I was just laughing at myself. Their only desire is revenge on who did that.
That sounds so awkward. I love you.
I didn't mean to do that. Whatever.
No,
Fuck you guys.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you because I would do the same thing.
We're like, oh,
Yeah,
a little
support.
rude. Yeah, the main thing is that they are the knowledge that they have. It drove them insane, and they want to spread that knowledge, but they're so limited in what they can spread, which was, to assume, the phrases it was shouting. And you do find that they, some people, and it doesn't seem to be like very specific. It's not like a targeted thing. Like you didn't, in technical D&D terms, you didn't like fail a save that made you do this. It's just some people who survived their attack are left with like a compulsion to learn more. So as you read that, you're like, oh, got it. But at the same time you read that, you're also reading like, oh, this terrible secret it knows, it drove it to kill itself. So it's very much of like, oh, I get it, I understand why I'm like this, and like, oh, I need to know more.
They discovered autoerotic asphyxiation.
It's true.
Matt, no.
Stop spoiling. That's what you find with a 14.
Now, this makes complete sense that now I wanted to know more, and I have to say, after finding that out, I want to know more. Alright, well, that's wonderful, because the Death Warden is not our friends right now, but you know what? I have plans. I'm gonna make them a wonderful little care package. So perhaps I just need a day or so to get that together. But so many strange things are happening with the dead and the undead and the Okay, well, I suppose we'll go discuss this with Cranky Grumpy McGee and a little Focus Bird. So,
Wow, that sounds delightful. Thank you for the much more favorable nickname.
Focus Bird.
Focus Bird. The one that we all wish to be. And then Cranky Goliath Bitch.
I don't think that's exactly what you said.
That's what I remembered.
Alright, so I'm glad I have this information, but yeah, I think that's all we want to get at the library.
Yeah, and especially if this was after dinner, I'd say it's probably steady by time about, so, and the library is gonna be closing up, so.
Is Nika sleeping?
No, Nika's filling my DMs with the dumbest fucking shit. And Nika needs to pay attention to the game and not talk to me about autoerotic asphyxiation and Batman.
No, that's not true. Nika's not doing that. Matt is.
Matt needs Jesus.
Yeah. So have you ever
Have you ever done someone so that you would do anything?
there time in the second half of the day during the afternoon for Nika to reshape the shard of Jasper and fit it to her shit?
I would say that's something, like, even if you roll really well, like, that will probably take a few days, especially because the material is really, really, like, fragile. Like, and I imagine she's being extra careful, like, a very little bit at a time.
Okay, well, much like Treble is an ADHD child, Nika is of a single mind right now, and she's working until she gets kicked out of the forge.
Alrighty. I mean, she honestly, she doesn't ever get kicked out. Magron does leave at some point, but he doesn't. It's not his forge, as he said.
Nika just kind of gives, like, the only thing she says over the course of several hours is just like a just like a casual grunt of acknowledgement as he's leaving, and then she continues working.
He gives one back. It's a beautiful bonding moment.
Yeah, no, he's great. This is my favorite NPC so far. Abby.
You know that one fucking
Honestly,
clip
I knew
from,
you would love it.
what was it? Fucking, it's not Community, it's Parks and Rec, where it's like the guy's talking about how, oh, I had this great friend once, you know, we worked together for like 2 years and we never said a word to each other. I don't even know his name.
Best friend I ever had.
Yeah, we still never talk sometimes.
You know what? One of my coworkers, his last day of work was today. Worked with him for about 3 years. I think I've said exactly 5 things to him. And
that's the best.
Holy moly.
We had a great conversation today where we were both at the water cooler, and I'm like, so you heading out? I was like, yeah. Like, all right, man.
Yeah.
Good luck. And he said, yeah, thanks. And we gave each other a nod, and that was it. And it was a beautiful moment.
I just shed a
wouldn't
tear.
Trade for the world.
And
Anyway, Nika's working on her thing.
Well, all night? You think you're gonna stay there all night? Huh?
Oh,
God.
Bitch, she's gonna try. What are you gonna do about
Lumen
it?
with a metal chair!
Well, good thing I'm nocturnal.
Hey, so am I. That makes 2 of us.
The longer Lumen's focused on you, the less she's focused on the child she could potentially manhandle.
Listen, one obstacle at a time, one unruly child at a time.
By all means.
All right, so she's going to go down once McGron's got to.
Well,
Nika.
First of all,
the
door to Louise's room is shut.
Oh
my God.
What time is it? What time is it you're going to do this?
Like, what time does McGron leave?
McGron probably leaves about midnight.
Oh, yeah, that is a good time.
That's when both hands are pointing up.
Matt.
So you're telling me Louise lets people just like in the middle of the night, she would just let Nika and McGron like exit at like 12, 1, 2
Louise
a.m.
know Nika's down there?
Have you
Is
seen
anyone-
Louise in her room? Anyone?
No, that's a good
Nika's
point
not
because
paying
I'm very faintly knocking just to be polite, but not enough to actually call attention to herself. And then she's opening Louise's room.
The door's locked, but you do hear some shuffling behind the door.
Dear.
And after
Dear.
a second, it opens a crack, and you just see a beady yellow eye staring on the other side.
Hello, I have lost an unruly child that I must go and recover, who unfortunately is entered through your room in the most inconvenient building design.
God deals you 2 psychic damage.
It sure is, isn't it? Flicker just blinks and cocks his head and he says, I don't know if you've ever, no, you've never heard this voice actually. She says in a feminine voice, says, "You go the fuck away."
I stand this fucking weird ass bird.
That's a good point. I'm sorry to disturb you. That child has a big storm coming. And she turns and she walks away. And she'll go start with trouble.
Hang on, can we just pause for a minute to appreciate the fact that if Nika were to get her shit together and be like, all right, it's a good day, bedtime now. She goes up through this woman's bedroom and it's just like,
That's what I'm
excuse me,
saying.
pardon me. Never mind.
Yeah, like 2 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
I mean,
that's not
is
an issue.
Louise
She won't be
there?
up at 2 a.m.
But Nika, when Nika went through, she did not see Louise. It was just Flicker staring.
Nika doesn't really give a shit if Louise is there or not.
Nika is
I mean, I think Louise also knows that the basement is through her room. So
Yeah, no, but like, the basement is her goal. Like, the shit she clocks on the way in or out is of very little consequence.
Is Nika gonna be there all night? Just in
Until
terms of
someone
exhaustion.
forces her not to be.
Literally, no one is going to. Unless
Like, how
it is
many hours of
London.
work is this? Because she doesn't have ADHD, but she's still hyperfixating like Trouble is.
I mean, so I'd just say it's still like you're creating a weapon. Like it's gonna take a few days.
Okay, well, maybe it takes less time if I work through the night. That's
Yeah.
my and Nika's
little bit.
thought process.
So if that is it for that day,
I mean, yeah, I'm just getting Trouble to bed, but besides that,
Oh, no, you're not.
wrangling the kids.
Nicole, I love you very dearly, and if it were you and me, it would be a different story, but it's not. It's Lumen in trouble, and you're not getting Trouble into bed.
Yep. All right, so Lumen. I almost said Nicole. Lumen's gonna go to Trouble, and is like,
Trouble's about to be the focus of all of Lumen's pent-up frustration.
Oh no.
Wait.
Dearie sweetheart, it's a little late now, and you'll be able to continue this in the morning after some much-needed rest.
Lakar's also already asleep, so he can't help you.
Trouble?
Trouble is still picking this lock, and after a second kind of glances out the corner of her eye at Lumen, and then slowly goes and sits on the bed, and then keeps picking the lock.
All right, okay, that is
Baby
progress.
steps.
All right, and then she kind of like walks up and kind of like puts the blanket around Trouble and pulls the pillow very close and kind of keeps the lock and is still kind of like pushing Trouble sideways but letting her still work on the lock. And then she goes and she starts like brushing the top of Trouble's head and stuff like you do to a child, like kind of, gently like petting in like a nice sleepy motion.
It feels great, but Trouble's not tired.
I wonder if Command would do anything.
Oh my.
I mean, as written, it would if you did it.
What is the saving throw for that, just out of curiosity?
It is
Lower
wisdom.
than counterspell.
Oh. Well, she is proficient in those saving throws.
Are you doing this, Lumen?
I think tonight, no, the goodness, she's
Question.
eventually.
Does ADHD grant advantage to resisting command?
I would say actually, like what your command,
roll
I
an
imagine would be like
advantage,
sleep.
It says. Well, no, it says I roll an advantage
Sleep wouldn't
for
work.
checks
Yeah, I was
related
gonna
to
say
the
'cause
relevant
sleep
task.
won't work. Sleep
Yeah.
won't work. It's a first level spell.
I think what happens is Lumen is like lying there trying to like get Trouble to sleep and like and a bit and like sort of munching on Trouble's sheets and blanket aggressively. So Trouble's gonna wake up with a whole heaping of less blanket until Lumen finally just like falls asleep in Trouble's bed.
Yeah, that's fine.
Man.
Trouble's just picking the
Beautiful.
lock all night.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right,
Exhaustion
we are
buddies?
going into
Exhaustion
day
buddies.
4. I
So-
don't think I have anything for the top of this day. So we'll start with Nika.
Okay. So Nika's been working through the night. What kind of progress is she making on this?
Roll me a dexterity check.
Okay. I take the dice and I do the rolly roll. Dirty 20.
Yeah, she's made good progress. Definitely faster than it would have been, especially with going through the night. But it's probably an eighth of the way done.
An 8th? Oh, fuck.
You are making a weapon from a very difficult material.
A material that she's worked with her entire life, but okay.
That she's
But
already
you're also
broken.
exhausted.
Yeah,
Oh, do I make that check at disadvantage?
you do. Thank you. 27.
I mean, my second roll was a natural 20, so yeah.
Jesus
Dirty
Christ.
20 stands.
Dirty 20 or not. Yeah, so same thing.
Okay, well, she's still doing the worky work. She's the embodiment of Rihanna. She's down there, work.
Oh
Oh
boy.
my god.
That's Nika. She's Nikana.
Boo.
This day, one is when I ran out of steam for the planning, so do whatever you want.
I finished the weapon.
I just broke my curtains.
Like IRL,
Oh.
or is this more Lumen method acting?
I know.
Oh, like if there were curtains in the room, I bet there's not, but my IRL
Fucking
curtains.
bite marks in the curtains. No, there's not, because she's downstairs. She's doing her thing.
Yeah,
Well-
Magron does come in and eventually starts working. Maybe gives a grunt, but just keeps hammering away at the blades that he's making.
Nika does probably take a 15-minute break to eat the food that Lumen brought down to her.
Well, Lumen's gonna bring fucking breakfast, and you got.
She's eating
She's
like
coming down.
the lunch from yesterday.
Yeah, Lumen's coming down with breakfast. And she sees that.
That-
And she.
He's
Previous
eating.
food has been eaten.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Oh, well, I guess I'll give you points for attempting something. Anika, can we talk for a second?
Yes, talk. She's still working.
Magron clears his throat very loudly and pointedly.
Lumen pulls out her knitting needles and starts knitting, and she's like, I am working here.
He looks. He stops for a second, pulls up his goggles, looks at you, kind of like looks to be thinking, and then he shrugs and keeps going.
So, the lower half of her hands are knitting, and then the top half of her hands kind of like both hands on her hips, kind of. And then like staring at Nika, and then sighs, and then kind of just folds her hand, and then kind of sits next to Nika and is like, it's a little tricky for me. I want to be able to say this right, and I know I'm not very good at saying things, so I'm just gonna try my best. I want you to know that I understand the intensity you feel to work on the projects until you don't want to sleep, you don't want to eat, you just want to focus on getting things right. And I understand that, but I want to share that I know that if you don't take care of yourself, that steam's gonna run out. You're just gonna suffer, and I don't want to tell you what to do, but I just want to let you know that, speaking from experience, I know the destruction it takes when you're just focused on something and you're not taking care of yourself. And I found out the hard way that you can't really do anything if you're not taking care of yourself. And so I just want to express that if you want to be working on these things, taking the time to at least eat and to sleep, you'll be able to focus much better. You'll be able to have the energy that you need to be able to do this in the long term, because otherwise, honey, you're not gonna last for long doing this.
And it's maybe a frustratingly compliant tone. Nika's just nodding and following along as Lumen talks. Says, "Yep, I'm eating. Thank you."
But you haven't slept.
I'll sleep tonight.
Will you? Can you promise me that?
Nika's been in the basement all day. Does she know what time it is?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, I love the story these dice are telling. I want everyone to know that I have a +9 to perception.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
That's an 11.
Okay. Lumen, it's like 9 a.m. Nika, it's about like 7 p.m. yesterday.
Yeah, no, it's not bedtime yet, so I'll get there. Thank you.
You're right. It's not bedtime yet because you have the whole day and I'm holding breakfast, so you have a while.
It's breakfast. She just kind of gives Lumen a confused look. No, it's not. No, not yet. Tomorrow, sure.
Okay. Here's the thing. I want to be able to help you because I like to take care of the people that I like to help the people I care about.
Good. Hold
And
this. Nika hands Lumen a rasp and is instructing her on how to position the rasp so that she can take the piece of jasper she's working with and basically she could use an extra hand right now. There's a particularly tough part that she's struggling to contour.
she like starts to put her hands on, pulls back, and starts pull, and then she finally like complies and puts the hands down. And she's like, I have a feeling this is gonna make you not listen to me. But
Okay.
oh boy.
Oh my god.
Nika, I've been through a lot, and I just want it hurts real bad. I want to be able to help you, but I don't have the spells and the capabilities to help with exhaustion. And so it hurts me when you hurt yourself, and I can't do anything about it. It really does a lot to me.
Lumen,
and
I'm fine. This
Nika,
is good. This is good for me.
If you're not going to take care of yourself, I don't know how much longer I can stay around. Because it's not good for me to see people not take care of themselves.
Can I make a insight check? Why is Lumen so worried?
Yeah.
With disadvantage.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, disadvantage does not affect me, yo. 16s each time, so 22 with disadvantage.
You tell me what she.
Yeah,
insights.
Lumen's. Yeah, she's not deceiving. I'm not rolling anything like that.
Yeah.
But what Lumen's been speaking about how she understands the struggle of overworking herself. She understands that, but she also, like, all of that is so true, and especially the comment of, I want to be able to help you, and it hurts so bad that I don't have the magic to be able to help, like, you, when you're doing this, and therefore the best way I can help you is to help just have you take care of yourself, because, again, I understand the overworkingness. It hurts so, it's so true it hurts. It's, like, sharp about how much that affects her, and it's very raw for her to speak about that.
So I'm just trying to figure out where she's coming from. Why is she so worried about Nika overworking herself? She's only been down here for a few hours.
Personal experience.
And I'm good. This is normal. I've only been down here for a little bit. This has to be done. This is if I don't
Nika,
do it, no one
it's
will.
been like 18 hours? 24?
I think like I'm thinking of just the blade, because she did come up at some point. So I think like 12 hours for just the blade.
But before, she's been doing this project for longer than that.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking of like the stretch of time that she's been downstairs.
But she didn't sleep in that stretch of time. She just walked
True.
upstairs to grab something.
Oh wait, no, she did, didn't she?
No.
I've been up all night.
No.
I slept once.
Yeah, she slept once.
I've slept once in the past 4 days.
Yeah, so it's been. I don't know the exact fucking hours. Don't make me do math. Yeah, it's been a while.
You have been down here for nearly a full day. You didn't come upstairs last night. I couldn't check on you.
No, that's trouble. I was there.
Lumen, was that you did not sleep.
I'll sleep tonight.
Alright, will you?
Yes, it's in a few hours. I'll head upstairs and I'll get some rest.
Alright, well, I'll see you then in a few hours. And she drops whatever she's holding to help Nika and then turns and leaves.
Hey, before as Lumen's heading to the door, Magron stops hammering and calls out to her.
Yes, son?
No pain, no gain.
How close is Magron to Nika?
I'd say I mean, it's a really small room, but they are kind of in opposite corners, like 30 feet.
She'll kind of take a few steps into the center of the room and like lean over, like she's still working on something. She is still holding like the rasp that Lumen left behind. She's picked it up and she's still holding the rasp in her hand, but she'll, with her other hand, lean backwards and hold out a fist for Magron to bump.
He bumps it. They they have a beautiful moment.
Lumen kind of hears the no pain, no gain, and she just kind of gives like a thin-lipped, flat expression. She kind of gives a curt nod, and she's like, I know the truth of that, sir. And she turns and she leaves.
Oh, also just a casual mention. Nika had noticed it and had probably gotten used to it just because she's been in the room. But Lumen, being very, very sensitive to scent, this guy smells so fucking bad.
Oh God,
this guy smells so bad.
It's
like
just a fucking
disgusting.
uncleaned sauna down there.
Literally, he smells truly
with
disgusting.
less ventilation.
Also, forgot to mention, but it's not like nothing wild happened. But Lumen also had a dream, the same dream she's been having.
I like this guy. He doesn't let himself get distracted with frivolous things.
He
like
goes to
deodorant.
sleep.
You don't know that he went to sleep. He just left.
He took a potty
my
break.
God.
He was gone for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, okay, but
Went to his other forge.
Yeah.
You gotta change the scenery. You gotta keep it fresh.
Well, that's how Lumen starts off her day. She is doing great.
Out of character knowledge, what's gonna make this fucking process go faster? Working through the night or taking rests as I'm supposed to?
Well, you can't really speed run making a blade.
Watch me.
Especially when you are getting exhaustion levels. So it's going to take roughly the same amount of time, because if you don't sleep, you're just going to keep getting more and more exhausted, and if you do sleep, you're taking away time where you could be working on it. So
Will
you
it
can keep
be
trying,
ready by
but
the next time we roll initiative?
no.
Fuck. Well, I'm gonna try. No.
Okay.
Nika doesn't know that.
I absolutely keep trying, but she's making great progress. It just is a process.
Yeah, no. Jasper is a difficult material to work with.
Absolutely.
Despite how it fucking shattered like a Christmas ornament earlier, like it's actually pretty sturdy. So yeah.
Yeah, for this day, you see, for most of the week, because you were kind of doing your own thing, focused on your own thing, you see more of the people that you've seen around. You see Bronwyn, you see Keth and Invin.
Who are you talking to right now?
Everyone but Nika, I was gonna say.
Oh, no, you're talking to Lumen. Trouble is still in the room.
True.
She's picking the
Lumen,
lock.
you see some people. I imagine you're just kind of wandering.
Yeah, she's not. She has to go buy more clothes to eat.
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, you see the usual suspects around, some new people, but nothing too wild happens today.
You know how they have, like when you go to a coffee shop that you frequent or like a sandwich shop that you frequent, they have that punch card where every 10 punches you get a free sandwich. She's got that, but with t-shirts.
Bags of clothes.
Yeah, literally, she's just holding the bag and like eating it like popcorn, just sitting. She's probably like sitting on the temple of the roof of the temple of Krildra and just like chowing down on this fabric.
Oh yeah.
Everyone
Everyone
a slightly
there is very
intoxicated
lovely.
woman who has just been dumped by her boyfriend eating ice cream and watching Netflix at 2 a.m.
Everyone at the temple is very lovely. They're a bit like they're obviously the artsy type, but it's all different kinds of artsy types, and they're all very, very nice.
Are any of them proficient at helping forge blades?
Is Nika gonna go and
No.
look? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm on my shit. I really want this weapon.
Let me just go through what I had planned, because I think we can just keep going, but there's a certain point I don't want to do without, because I would be mad if I were Dakota and we did this.
I mean, I'm happy.
Let's find like his dead wife and we'll just puppet him the whole way through.
Let's say I'm happy to narrate the next 6 days. Nika finishes her weapon, she kills the Duke with it, and she goes to get her gloves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Trouble
So
becomes
after
the
that,
best lockpicker in the land.
Yeah. No, Trouble helps. She helps get Nika in at night.
absolutely.
Fucking Quimbley is.
Heist 2.0.
But is it with Pink Panther music or Benny Hill music?
Depends on
remix
how the
of
rolls go.
It's Benny Hill music.
It's
That
Benny Hill
answers your
music.
question.
Cause you've got like 4 levels of exhaustion, and Trouble's not far behind you.
Actually, I need to remind myself how exhaustion works. Like, do I clear all my exhaustion on a long rest, or?
Nope, just one.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're fucked, buddy.
Yeah.
It'd be
Okay,
in
so I
everyone's
wasn't-
best interest if you fall asleep against your will at the forge.
That probably happens tonight, honestly.
I mean, is it level 6 of exhaustion? You just straight up die?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm also like, the way I think exhaustion works in my mind is like, past level 3, it's no longer a thing that you can like subconsciously keep going. Like your body
That would
starts
be
to
that would be
so-
like someone's forcing you to stay awake.
Yeah, makes sense.
Lumen, did you say you were gonna go Zaleman?
Gosh. Oh god, she's in such rush. She doesn't want to go to that. You know what? Fuck it, yeah.
Alright.
She'll wait until like, oh god, this love so god. She's gonna wait until like duskiness, and she's gonna have a little bundle of things to give him.
Can I ask when
them?
this is?
That day,
like
that same day, day 4.
Yeah, 6.
Just okay. So I'm gonna do a similar thing that Matt just did. If Trouble spends the entire time of these like free days doing her stupid lock shit, she's not gonna. No. Okay.
No.
No.
We're not going from 250 days to 3.
I don't know. She rolled a 25.
I don't know how hyper focused you are. It's not possible.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, if Lumen was going to leave and if she didn't say anything, nothing's gonna happen. But if she tried to talk to Trouble, I can have her roll to try to break concentration.
Yeah, I was gonna actually say because Lakar would probably go with the Lumen, and Lakar would try to gather the troops. Because he also does care. Because one of the things he said he was doing is making sure everyone's taking care of themselves and eating and sleeping. So I'm sure he would at least try to get everyone really. Let's go for a walk to see our good friend Zaleman.
Okay, so I need to make a roll. Nope, that ain't it. DC is 15. And I rolled an 11. She's stuck.
Ruh-roh.
Bye. Miss you guys. Bring me back a souvenir.
I'm gonna literally just because I never want to play another person's character because that is so awkward. So I'm literally just gonna roll a persuasion check on Nika. Nika, you can roll a. Not gonna be like a. What should I? Help me out, guys.
It could just be like flat charisma or something.
Yeah, do flat charisma. No. Okay. Nika's good. Nika's saying.
You sure? Because I rolled a 4.
Lakar also rolled a 4, so actually let's see.
Oh.
Okay, so contested rolls status quo is maintained. Nika's still working.
Well, I think it's all. Well, I didn't add any things to it actually.
Oh.
Oh shit.
So I roll. So I didn't either. With my modifier, I rolled 5 total.
Oh, go a little slower, please. On. Oh wait, why don't I fucking whatever? Now it's open. Oh, now I have to do it. Persuasion is +3, 7.
Yay.
You coming?
Okay, so Lakar fucking pries her away from the ship.
Yeah,
she's working on.
basically.
Okay, she's along for the ride, but she's not happy.
I'm gonna say Lakar also brings Trouble along, but like allows her to she
Trouble
can still
is
be
fireman carried over his shoulder and she's still
Fully.
working on the lockpick.
fully. All right, Lumen.
Can I
lead the
bring my
way.
blade and my rasp with me? Like, can I keep fucking working on reshaping the edge of the blade that fits into the...
You would need
Hill?
to bring the tools with you, and Magran would not like that.
Sleight of hand.
Oh Jesus.
Okay. Roll sleight of hand.
Oh, with disadvantage, that's a 17.
Disgusting.
Perception. He has a +0 to perception, but he rolled a natural 20.
Get fucked.
He just does it like, you leave that here. You forgot to leave that here.
Sure, she forgot.
We could give some puppy dog eyes persuasion.
Oh my god.
Nothing.
Okay, alright, fine. I'm not happy about this, but I'm here.
Alright, we're speed running to the graveyard. You get there right as the sun is just about all the way down.
Is Zaleman there?
You do a little peek in, and you see a horse and cart, so you assume so.
Well, Lumen is going to approach with her little bundle and just be like, excuse, I'm so sorry to bother you. I would love to
Zaleman
chat if you.
jumps. Like, you have startled them very badly. They jump,
so
they
sorry.
almost
I'm
like
so
stumble
sorry.
back. They have to grab onto the horse's reins, which freaks out the horse. And they like just scramble briefly and say, "Oh, hi."
I'm so sorry. I'll never. If you want, I'll just drop this and run, or like.
No, it's all. They kind of just like they're making faces like they're trying to say words, and then they literally. I wish I could make the face for you, but then their mouth just moves a lot, like making words, but then they just force a smile instead.
Well, I'll try and make this quick because I know you don't like me very much. First of all, I come bringing a peace offering, and she like hands them the little bundle. And waits for them to
They take it very gingerly.
If Zaleman were to unwrap it, they would see candles, nice candles, because the temple has candles. And so she's like, I tried to get them in a few different colors and shapes inside and scent. I didn't know what you liked, so I tried to play a little safe, but a little bit of everything for personal use or for the temple, as well as she goes to like what the actual bundle is, like unwraps to unveil a cloth. One of the things she's been working on making is a recreation of the lower half of the tapestry she destroyed.
Oh.
Yep, that she used her silk to recreate.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely like lift the like flaps of the bundle and are kind of poking through. And when they see that, roll an insight check for me.
14.
Yeah, they look obviously like that, like quite touched. Also, like a flash of weirdly, like maybe not weirdly, but like guilt. Seemingly misplaced guilt.
I know you got in trouble, so I'm hoping this patches smooth things over. And after this, after you put it, like, you don't have to see me ever again. And there's also some snacks in there. I, again, didn't know your allergies or dietary preferences, so it's just a little bit of everything, sweet and savory pastries, for just to munch on while you're working, because it's important to take care of yourself.
They seem a little flustered, and they nod. And you notice, I'm not even, because they're not very good at hiding, not even going to be a perception check, but you notice they keep looking at Trouble. Like,
Trouble's,
very, like, but trying not to be looking at Trouble.
Trouble's just picking the fucking lock, and then locking it, and then picking the lock, and then locking it, and then picking it. What is she doing here? Who knows?
Thank you. This is really nice. Thank you.
I'm sorry to bring this up to you. I have a bit of an ulterior motive coming here, and I'm sorry for that deception that they may bring, but I hope it doesn't put a damper on our budding new relationship. I hope you can forgive me. I've been having those terrible dreams still, and I looked into the Alep, and I found out that they can't come from, well, pardon me, it's a bit of a touchy subject, but killing themselves, pardon me. And
I'm a cleric of the death god.
Oh, yes, I mean, I suppose that's true, but everyone has different trigger and content warnings, so I just wanted to get that out there. But they kill themselves because they know something that was so much of a burden or something, and I was wondering if you perhaps at all had any suspicion.
When you say that, when you say know something that's so much of a burden, they start to laugh, like, nervously. They just keep, like, looking away, and like they start like weirdly like fussing with the horse's reins, and like they're insight check. They're being weird.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh my god.
22.
I decided to make it at disadvantage because she's distracted.
Oh god.
I rolled 2 19s.
Oh my god. Okay, so both of you.
Wait, hang on. 2 19s for a total of 22. I can do math.
I mean, truly, I don't know. Because you can't read mine, so I will say again, they're being weird, and they keep looking at Trouble and being weird.
Well, now that Trouble's actually noticed her surroundings, she kind of pauses a little, and she's still messing with the lock, but she like cocks her head at them a little bit.
They look everywhere but at Trouble. They open the basket, like are examining everything, like muttering to themselves.
I'm a little. Hold on. Listen, you're gonna ruin your eyes. You're gonna ruin your eyes if you keep bouncing around like that.
My eyes?
Listen. Zaleman, you're acting a little respectfully stranger than normal. And you keep looking at Trouble, so I'm gonna lightly ask. Do you know something about
Trouble? Who's
Trouble?
Which one's Trouble?
Which one's Kanku. Oh my goodness. Do you have a concussion?
No.
Also, I want
Nika
to ask.
pops into the conversation. She's been using it. Someone needs a concussion?
Oh my goodness.
No, please, no.
Zaleman, besides the fact that what are you keeping us about Trouble, does this have to deal with she lowers her Harad?
Trouble stops working on the lock.
They're very pale. They go paler.
Oh my goodness, I do believe they are about to faint.
I'm not about to faint!
Trouble's forgotten about the lock.
Because I did notice some strange, very peculiar, and weird news that the ceremony was indefinitely postponed and that everyone took off their little bands of mourning. And I was very concerned about that. I thought it was very strange.
Yeah, but did you hear about the noble whose fiance left?
I heard about that, but I'm not much for nobility gossip.
Yeah, that's crazy. That sucks.
Herod.
They don't. They're like looking at their hands.
Is it related to the Duke? Is it the Duke that left?
Dude, it's been the most, well, in relation to the Duke, it's been the most peaceful few days of my life.
All right. Question: is this one of those contracts that you're not allowed to talk about, or are you just like, do you just have a terrible poker face?
They kind of glare at you a little bit.
Okay, so
they say, I thought that was established before. I think
Okay.
you're connecting two things that aren't connected. But there's nothing to connect, so I actually have to head back to the morgue, so...
Herod.
Zaleman, is there anything you can tell us?
Can is a word with 3 letters.
Trouble squints super hard at them.
They start trying to like clamber up the horse.
I'd like to grapple them.
Please do.
We're very nice people. Sit the fuck down and talk to us.
Okay, disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yeah. I roll a 14.
Alright. They're a cleric, so 11. You grappled it. This is not a full halfling, but still like a 4'11" little
No,
waif of a person.
We've done this before. They're trying to clamber up onto the carriage. I just grab their forearm and pull it away from the carriage and spin them back around until they answer Lumen's question.
What's the question?
Well, the question is if there's anything you can tell us.
That's a broad question.
Can I, squeeze their forearm as an intimidation check?
Yeah, for sure.
God,
I don't appreciate their level of cooperation right now.
This whole rebuilding the relationship thing is going great.
Went off.
Aw, man. That would have been a natural 20, but instead... 14.
What do I even roll in? I guess I'll do fucking 11s all day. So I don't even know what I was rolling for, but they failed. They went and they say, "What? I don't genuinely. That's a very broad question. I don't know what you mean."
All right, can you tell us anything about Trouble? Because you keep giving her the
About
stink
Trouble,
eye.
I know literally nothing about Trouble except for the interactions we have had.
Insight
Why
check.
are you acting weird?
Yeah, insight check.
Since she's no longer actively trying to mess with the lock and this now has her full attention, would I just
For sure.
straight roll?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
roll.
Fuck, 7.
Ooh, let's see.
Does Trouble have exhaustion?
No, she would have.
Yeah, Trouble slept.
Unlike Nika, she's I'm just going off of how my own ADHD works, and you do get so tired that you're like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna lay down. But the second I wake up again, I'm gonna get right back to this. So that's where she's been at. Fuck, was I gonna add to this? Insight 3, 11.
Neither of you. It's hard to read, even though they're very much not hard to read.
Yeah, we
but
just so.
you can't read it in the moment.
Can I roll for shiggles?
Yeah, sure.
That's not higher than 11. That is a low score. That is a low score. It's
Wow.
low, it's 10.
We all suck.
Hard to read. What is wrong? What is wrong with you people? You come here, you bring me a basket, and now you're not letting me get on my
Herod.
horse.
You're holding out on us.
I don't owe you any. You are harassing an employee of this city.
Hi.
Okay. Go to the guard.
I'm just gonna go back to the morgue where I work, and then I'm gonna
Herod.
go. Their shoulders are just slowly slumping, and they're just.
She looks really pathetic. She doesn't look antagonistic or annoying. She just looks really fucking sad.
What do you roll for pity? Pity saving throw.
Persuasion, probably.
Are you prompting me to roll?
If you want to, I was just looking at there.
Oh, I'm gonna see if I don't have to first.
No, you don't have to. Okay. They're kind of just they're very much from what you're interacting with them. They're not. They're gonna hold out to the last second. They're not just gonna stand there and then decide to admit.
So they
I
are
guess.
holding out on us.
You heard
What are
her
you
until
talking
the
about?
last second. Let's roll for initiative.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my god.
Yeah, Trouble's just gonna, like, keep looking at them and being genuinely fucking pathetic and just being like, Herod.
Is there anything we can do for you? Something to sweeten the deal, perhaps? An
As
exchange?
Trouble's being genuinely pathetic and Lumen's laying on the nice sauce, Nico will let go of their arm and just kind of like back off.
I took one day off. I not taken a day off since I got to this. The one day I have off, it's gone.
Out of character, what did you say? It's gone or he's gone?
He.
He. Whew.
Herod?
They nod and like are looking at the ground. No one has ever gone missing from the morgue. How do you go missing from a morgue? You don't.
Trouble just starts looking between her allies like she's pretty fucking distraught now.
You can see that a tear is running down Zaleman's face.
Yeah, she's not far behind.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And do you need any help? Could perhaps a resurrection spell have occurred?
Have you seen him walking around? Because I haven't. I mean, not a shitty thing to say, but like who? There are services where you can resurrect people. Like you don't. Not something where you need to steal them from a morgue. You know. Like, and from what I know, I mean, maybe he could be involved in some shady shit, but from what I know of him, even, you know how fucking being in City Guard, all those people are sketchy as fuck. Rod was just a dude.
Who all has access to the morgue?
Me and my employees.
Do you trust all of your employees?
I trust them all with my life.
You have no reason to believe any of them were involved in this.
Absolutely not.
Trouble holds up the lock that she's holding that she has picked, and a question mark visibly appears above her head.
There's someone there at all hours, at least one person. But I mean, we can't be everywhere at once, but it's also, why would we? It's not like we ever thought we needed high security, you know? Like, it's not.
One of the, like, she used a silent image again to create, again, a crude childlike version of one of the zombies that they had fought, and the question mark returns.
I don't know. Or my hope is that just they were taken in, I don't know, buried somewhere. That's the ideal situation, but I have
You don't believe
a
that.
pretty hard time. I don't at all, but that is, for me to continue walking around, that's what I have to convince myself of.
Who was working the night he disappeared?
They look on my list of the employees. They're thinking really hard. Really hard. It was Ennui and Liliana. But I think it was just Ennui, the overnight shift. And Ennui is neither, like, they're... Ennui's the head coroner, Lillian is my right-hand woman. Like, it's... They're the lead... If it was gonna be someone who did it, it would be one of maybe the newer people. It was not any of them.
Could we talk to them?
They don't shift in like mood. They're still very upset, but the defensiveness dial. Defensive is the wrong word. It's like a kind of, parental. They get kind of a parental edge to them, like a protective parental edge when you say that. And they say, you're literally just people, like, I'm telling you because I know that Trouble really like the dude, but you guys, you're just people, like, you don't have any authority, to be quite frank.
Trouble just, she kind of fidgets for a minute, and then the silent image over her head in incredibly crude and, like, chicken scratch writing just spells out the word please.
Roll persuasion check.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Persuasion. 19.
God, what is a roll against persuasion? What's a
I don't think-
steadfastness check?
I don't know
Fuck.
that there, like, is one. I think that
I
stuff
know,
like that is just...
I know.
I mean, you could do a contested roll. Your persuasion versus hers is in. You're trying to
Yeah,
resist the
I'm
effect.
gonna do that. Ooh. What's their fucking persuasion? Might be. Whoa. Wait, no, they have a good. 30-20.
Ah, boo.
30 fucking 20. They look like they're considering it, but they shake their head and say, I can't. They're my employees, and they feel just as bad as I do. And I would, if it turns out to be one of them, I will fucking throw myself into the ocean.
No.
I don't like the ocean very much.
No. And Trouble's silent image now depicts other nondescript figures that a Zaleman figure is throwing them into the ocean.
I don't think I get it.
She doesn't really push it beyond that.
Okay.
She's not in a very tenacious mood. You either get it or you don't. We move on.
All right. They kind of just like look at the parchment they have in their hands and just like kind of toss it into one of the fucking like saddlebags on the horse, and very clearly just like, this isn't happening tonight. Whatever fucking check they do, and they kind of just like sit on the ground.
Trouble goes in after a second, goes and sits down next to them. Doesn't touch, but just kind of sits down in proximity, still holding her lock and lock picks now. And she just goes, God bless you.
They have like a hint of a smile flickers at the corner of their mouth, and they say, this is my entire life is making sure that the people who have passed on are properly passed, that they can go into the next life no matter who they are, if they fucking ate children for breakfast, if they gave all their money to charity, if they threw themselves in front of the train to save an orphanage. Whoever you are, you get your life ends, the judgment in this life ends and moves on to gods of the afterlife. It is my job to make sure that every single one of those people is equipped for that new life. Cosette is the god of endings. That is twin. Is the goddess of beginnings. And death is an ending, but it's also a beginning. You can't have one without the other. And I just... Like, I don't know what to do.
Is there any way we can help at all?
I have no idea because I don't know what I need to do because I mean if the undead sightings in the graveyard have actually been going down since our last kerfuffle that you guys were there for, and this happens, and I'm just worried that the decline will not be continuing. Worried that omen.
Well, do you know where we're staying in case you would like to come recruit our help? We would love to help you out.
Where are you staying?
Oh, that's a good. Yep, I know it.
Pop quiz. Ever Sanctumin.
The rogue bitch lady's in.
He had no recognition on Zaleman's
I
face.
just found it. Yep. Yeah, the Ever Sanctumin. It's not like at the very north part of the city. I'm sorry, I know that's far away.
I mean, I go around every single day. I go around the whole city, so I don't think it's too far.
Well, please stop by. Please give us a note. We would help you, not just with Herod, just anyone about any of that predicaments. It's only right.
Hey.
I don't know, do you know any people who have been doing any, like, sketchy necromancy? I mean, all necromancy's sketchy, but...
Scanna jumps in from another campaign. Oh, now wait a minute! Sorry.
No, but you know what? I know something that there's this beautiful little black pearl that you can get at the Featherfall. What was it called?
Emporium.
Oh, shot. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it detects undead within a certain time. I think you should get that. I think it would look very stylish.
They kind of laugh and they say, I got my own equipment for that, but thank you.
Good. You keep your hands off those gloves.
What gloves?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. They look like they're about to cry, like burst into tears. Speaking of, they kind of just kind of look around the whole area, and their eyes kind of go over white, like kind of gloss over a little bit as they look around. But then they kind of blink and they go back to normal and they say, "Well, nothing here right now," which is a very temporary comfort.
Well, I do seriously thank you for that, and if you find anything out about that folk about what they may have known to in their that'd be really helpful. I think it would be just so good to know.
You want to know what who the Alep was?
Yes,
I mean, I couldn't tell you. I don't think that's really something anyone can figure out, because if they get the information and they become fixated on it, usually they're the next one to become an Alep. So,
all right, good to know.
they kind of exhale and brush off their pants and they start to get on their horse and kind of like side-eye Nika to make sure that she's gonna let them.
Yeah, do I get the impression that he's hiding anything else?
Roll an insight check.
Disadvantage, because I'm a stubborn bitch. Yeah. 8.
Hard to read.
Yeah, they can go for now. I know where they live.
They start to get on the horse and they say, I need to turn in for the night.
Good morning.
You too. Sorry.
God bless you.
They pull on the reins and the horse trots off.
Trouble just kind of kicks a little clump of dirt.
And I still didn't find out anything about that Alipe.
I love that it's turned into like Felipe, but
Alipepe.
You.
oh my god.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, honestly. I'm worried.
Who is... Oh. Yeah, the rest of the stuff I have planned, I don't want to quite get to yet. So I think we're gonna have to end a little early. Unless, I mean, if you want to continue anything on this day, feel free. But if you guys are just gonna go to bed.
Can I fetch my weapon?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. Do that.
Can I become the best lockpicker in the world?
Then you both go to use your respective skills. Something horrible is gonna happen.
Okay, thank you.
Nika falls asleep on the workbench. She's
Okay.
She goes back downstairs to work on this, but she quickly passes out.
I like this idea that, because see, if this was me, what would have happened is she spends all this time away from the forge and she can't stop fucking thinking about okay, so as soon as I get back, I gotta do this, this, and this. So if I just get this planned out in my head, I'm gonna have I'm gonna be able to just steamroll through it, because I'm gonna no hesitation. I'm not gonna have to think about what I have to do. I'm just gonna get back and hit the ground running, and I'm asleep.
Yeah, that tracks.
Mood.
You just described my life in a nutshell. I'm in this description and I don't like it.
Yeah, me too.
When you come back in, guys, if you wanted to chat with a friend, when you come back in, Naxi's hanging out in the common area.
Wow,
I'll go downstairs.
Look at that. It's time for bed. Yeah, no, Trouble just kind of looks at her she's not gonna start anything, but she'll finish something if it gets started.
She doesn't seem to be paying attention. She's reading something.
Okay, then back to the room we go. We're behaving ourselves.
Oh, good.
Back to the forge where I quickly pass out.
Very calm. Lumen, anything for you?
I can't think of anything right now.
All right. Well, so we will pick up right at the 28th. Okay, so because the schedule for the next few weeks might be screwed up. Just because not next week, but the 4th. Wait, where am I?
I don't know. Where are
We
you?
would next be playing on the 4th, right?
Uh,
That
Oh.
is a subjective question.
2 weeks from now
Wait.
is the 28th.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Who? Am I stupid?
No.
I don't think I can read a calendar, guys.
It's okay. You've been looking at the weird one from your fantasy world for too long. You've got that one down.
Oh, I was just confused because it's technically Sunday. Here. I was like, wait a second.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah. So that's why I was thinking that. Because yeah, the 28th I'm gonna be away, and then
Oh, okay. Then yeah, the 4th probably.
yeah. Okay, so if we can,
Wait,
but that's on. I was gonna ask.
Nicole's doing. Yeah.
I almost just said I'm gonna ask Lumen. I asked Nicole.
Well, that would be on one of the weeks where I work until 12, and then I have another session, I guess, until we play, and then I end that session at 6:30, and then I could play.
And then the thing after it, because it's like, oh, okay, we'll just skip that. A week after that, I also cannot play because it is my boyfriend's birthday.
What do
You want to be a guest character?
Quality couples time, yeah. So what about actually this might not work for Nicole either, but what about the just next week, the 21st? Is that a thing?
Oh god, no.
Okay.
Not with the upcoming
Oh
session, no.
boy. That's promising.
Promising.
Okay.
Although actually I am thinking, because I mean I don't think it will be that much of a holdup of what we're not getting to, but I just if it's not next session that there's a big thing, it'll be the one after that.
Well, we can probably figure it out and coordinate.
Because it would be just in, because the reason I'm not super bothered by it is just because of the scope of the planning, and I would feel a lot better
with a
in the
couple
meantime,
weeks.
just having time, because especially because work has been
Yeah, no
kicking
problem.
my ass. So, and I think it would be worth your while if we had to wait. Is
All
what
right.
I would say.
All right, I trust you on that. You make
Yeah,
good
and
D&D.
will. Yeah. Oh, thank you. And we'll obviously we'll stay in touch in the meantime. I'm not gonna be unreachable.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
think of anything
Oh yeah, you betcha.
else you want to do. Yeah.